This is KWRM, Corona, California, 1370 AM radio.
Welcome to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes pregame show. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Quakes baseball.
Hello again, everybody. This is Jason Anaforian welcoming you to Lancaster Cucamonga Quakes baseball tonight from the epicenter back home for the final 4 regular season home games of the year as the Quakes play host to the California League affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Lancaster JetHawks. And tonight for the Quakes, Anaheim Angel All-Star third baseman Troy Glaus in the lineup for the third night in a row. Glaus will be the designated hitter as well in tonight's ball game. The Quakes come into it with a 1-game lead on Lake Elsinore for the final playoff spot in the California League wild card race. This is my studio coordinator tonight, Chet Ron. This is Jason Anaforian. Please you can join us wherever you might be. On this Thursday evening, we're expecting a large crowd on hand. There are still tickets available, so if you're in the area, drop by and join us tonight. It's the final Thursday night of the season, and that means it's a Thirsty Thursday. $1 beers and 12-ounce beers and canned sodas here tonight at the epicenter as the Quakes play host to the JetHawks. On the mound will be left-hander Pete Zamora for Lancaster, and he'll be opposed by right-hander John Toledo of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The Quakes lost last night's ball game to Inland Empire by the score of 9-4. The Quakes had a 4-0 lead after 4 innings before Inland Empire struck for 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th and then 3 more in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Quakes, with the loss, dropped their lead to a game. It was 2 going into the night, but the Quakes, although they had a hiccup last night, they lost the game. They still have a lead on the Lake Elsinore Storm, and as we'll find out by talking with Manager Bobby Mitchell, that's obviously a lot better to be in that place than in the place of the Storm. The Quakes still in front, and we expect this race to head down to the final week. 11 games remaining for both ball clubs starting tonight. When we come back on the pregame show, we're going to sit down and check in with the skipper, Bobby Meacham, and we'll come back with Bobby right after this.
You've heard about it, now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRM 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price and a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRM and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395 or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Time for a quick quiz. What do you get when you multiply your salary by 7? Give up? That's the amount of life insurance you may need. Do you have the right amount of life insurance to protect your family's future? Allstate agent Daryl Keepers and Todd Hagee can make sure you do. They will even provide you with free life insurance analysis. Call Allstate agent Daryl Keepers at Rancho Cucamonga at 987-6403 or Tad Hagee in Rialto at 820-7373. Because when it comes to your life insurance, the right hands make all the difference. Allstate Life Insurance Company, Home Office, Northbrook, Illinois.
We're joined by the manager of the Quakes tonight on the pregame show, Bobby Meacham. The club playing well right now, coming down this stretch, and Bobby with a game lead. It's just no matter what, you just have this feeling that it's going to come down to the final days.
Well, I do. I really do, Jason. I think the way our team's been playing, the way that Lake Elsinore's been playing, it's going to come down to the very end, and hopefully, we'll come out on top and be exciting for everybody.
Well, going into that stretch of games with Lake Elsinore, the ball club was a half game down, and then fell 2.5 back after the first 2 games. But although it's just a short lead, having a 1-game lead at this point, it's such a better position to be in. than Lake Elsinore is in right now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're up on them, and we can make a mistake here and there, and I feel like we can recover. I think if they falter, if they must feel like if they lose 2 in a row, boy, they can't lose that 3rd in a row. Whereas we have a little bit of room, a little bit of wiggle room, I call it, and hopefully we can just continue to play well, which is the most important thing. If we play well, we'll keep that lead and hopefully be going strong into the playoffs.
Bobby, what is the one thing that the team has to have? I mean, obviously you want pitching, hitting, and defense. You want everything. But what's the one absolute thing that cannot fail in the last 11 games?
I think we got to play good defense. I mean, because we're going to run into tough pitching once in a while, not hit. We're going to run into a period of time where our pitching struggles. But the bottom line is we got to catch the ball. We got to make the plays. We got to go to the right bases. We got to make good decisions. So we can live with the losses if we make little mistakes like not driving a run in or making a bad pitch. But you can't. It's harder to live with the losses when you make bad defensive plays, because you should be making those plays. You should pick up the ground balls. You should go to the right bases. And so hopefully we'll just continue to get better at what we're doing defensively and continue to play good defense.
Are you happy with the overall growth defensively of this ball club? And you look at a guy even just like Adam Paskovich. He took over for Greg Porter. You've had to also improve defensively, but several different guys have gone down this year with some injuries that have had them out for a long period of time, if not for the year.
Yeah, we've made a lot of strides defensively. I think behind the plate we've been solid and getting better. Buddy's throwing is getting much better. Like you mentioned Paskovich, I think about him and Ayabar, how they've played very well the second half of the season defensively. They've been more solid, more dependable, I guess you'd say. Reed has done a great job at second base, and early in the year he was a little shaky. So, we've pieced some things together, especially in the infield. I've seen a lot of improvement, where they've really put together a solid second half defensively. You just hope they remember what they learned and they can carry it over into the playoffs and to next season.
Bobby, last night in the 4th inning with the ball club, they had grabbed a 4-0 lead, and they did it with 2 runs where they were manufactured runs. And you had just, I think, 1 base hit in that inning. And that was really, a classic example of small ball and the team not waiting around for a home run. Yet you've been able to get some home runs, but that inning right there, it had to have pleased you as a manager executing.
Oh, absolutely. That's the first thing you strive for is to execute the little things, to move the runner over and drive it in when there's less than 2 outs, that type of thing. And we've been doing that very well lately, especially all the games we played against Lake Elsinore, we did that well. Because you need those things to carry you through when you're not hitting home runs. You need it to carry you through when your offense is struggling a little bit to win a few games that way. So what we're looking for now is to continue doing that offensively and hopefully get the bats going a little bit better than they are, so we can mix that small ball in with a little bit of power. Instead of getting runs scored on ground outs, we'd like to get a few on doubles. So we'll hopefully combine those two, and we'll finish out the season strong.
Executing in those innings is a classic example of the Lake Elsinore series, because there weren't a lot of hits by either club in both series. And Lake Elsinore is a struggling club hitting-wise, but there's been good pitching too. You got 2 very good pitching staffs there in that head-to-head series. And when you look at it, the Quakes coming out with a game lead, you picked up a game and a half over that whole stretch. It probably was a combination of those executions at the plate.
Oh, absolutely. We had to do a lot of little things right. Both teams made a lot of mistakes defensively, I thought. They made more than we did. But as far as seeing runs in from third base, less than 2 outs, moving runners over, I thought we did a much better job than they did, and I think that really helped us to carry to get back the lead and get us into the playoff contention.
Jared Washburn is rehabbing here on Sunday. Rich Thompson's supposed to come back and pitch Saturday night and evaluate the health of the pitching staff right now going into this stretch of games.
Well, right now we're pretty good. If Thompson comes back in one piece from Athens, he'll fit in nicely. He doesn't know yet, but he's starting Saturday. So if he's healthy and ready to go a good amount, then we're fine. Of course, Posey's his shoulder's sore, so he's not going to pitch for a while. Probably not the rest of this year. But with Thompson coming back, that helps out. We've got 12 pitchers that are healthy and ready to go. Plus Washburn, obviously getting ready to get his arm back in shape to go back up there and pitch in the big league.
Yeah, how much of a bonus is that too? Also getting Washburn. I mean, those are 4 or 5 innings that you aren't going to have to tax as well. Not mention the fact that you got a guy like Washburn out on the mound, but those are 4 or 5 innings that you don't have to put on your regular pitching staff.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for us. It's good for the Angels. You know, he gets a place to pitch and get back in shape. It's good for us. We get a quality pitcher out there to go out there and do his job. And you know, it's good all the way around. Hopefully he'll do well and feel good about his outing and come out of it very healthy. And hopefully he'll help us win a ball game.
A couple of guys that we haven't talked about lately, or at least since the last time we spoke, Adam Pastovich in the second half he's had.
He's done a great job. You know, there's a big hole to fill when Porter got hurt. Several guys have been hurt, like Mel Grayho, Porter. You know, guys like that are hard to cover for. I mean, Rodriguez came back and he got hurt. So when Pav was able to step in and play some third base for us every day for, I guess, gosh, probably in that last month and a half, and do as great a job as he has been a big boost for this team. We didn't have to go out and worry about who's playing third, and in every game we didn't have to worry about who's going to get some big hits. He's come through, played a good third base, and he's got some big hits for us this last month.
Bobby, finally, you mentioned Javier Rodriguez going in for him at second base. The ball club needed a second baseman, and the Angels signed Demetrius Heath. How has he been over the last 3 weeks to manage?
Oh, he's been great. You know, he's been a great addition to our team. He fits right in as far as the personality of the team. He's a guy who goes out there and works hard and plays hard. We got to get him a little bit more refined as far as playing second base. We've been working on pretty hard at it, and hopefully, and I told him today, as a matter of fact, if he can play some second base, I mean, he makes our team a lot better, but he's got to be willing to do a lot of work to get a little bit more dependable out there. So his bat's great. He's hit a lot of line drives, stealing bases. He's running the bases very hard. So I'm not worried about him offensively. I just want him. We want to learn and grow as we go. And I told him, it's just like every other guy here, he can get better at what he's doing by playing a little bit better second base. And I know he's going to go out there and work his hardest to do that job.
Bobby, thanks for taking the time to chat with us. And next time we do this, how about it be a playoff game here at home?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Thanks, Jake.
We've been talking with Bobby Meacham on the pregame show. We'll be back with more right after this.
You love baseball. The towering home runs, great pitching performances. Baseball's terrific, but so are movies. And AMC Theaters is in a league of their own, with the best films, best food, and best fun. At AMC, we never take a day off. You can catch all the Hollywood hits at AMC 365 days and nights a year. We'll let you get back to the baseball game. But when you're ready for that other passion of yours, you know where to find us. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex and relax in the beautiful picnic ground. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Well, tonight in the California League, the Lancaster JetHawks here at home, here at the on the Quakes. The Gelsner on the road tonight at High Desert. First pitch on the way just a few miles. Modesto versus Stockton, and Visalia is at Bakersfield. That'll do it here for the pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineup, the first pitch, and all of the action for you. The JetHawks and the Quakes coming up next on KWRM.
Welcome to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes pregame show. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Quakes baseball.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
It's time for Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. Brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Pepsi, Laughlin's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, Carl Buddick, Galliano Winery, California Department of Conservation, Red Roof Inn, Fast Frame, Southern California Housing, and by Yellow Book USA. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball.
Welcome back to Quakes baseball tonight. From the epicenter, everybody. Jason Anaforian with you tonight. Jeff Vaughn, our studio coordinator, as we are settling in for game number 1 of a 4-game series. The JetHawks, they were here just last week. They took 2 out of 3 from the Quakes, and they come back to wrap up the 2004 regular season here at the epicenter. The Quakes, after this series concludes on Sunday, on Monday, they will be off, and then the Quakes will head on the road next Tuesday for 3 at High Desert, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then a 4-game series back at Inland Empire Friday night, Saturday, Sunday night, and also again on Monday afternoon on Labor Day. So just 11 games remaining now in the 2004 season as the Quakes take the field tonight against the JetHawks. And right-hander Jean Toledo starts for Rancho. He is opposed by Pete Zamora. Let's go ahead and run down tonight's starting lineups. First of all, the lineup for the Lancaster JetHawks, as announced by currently interim manager Eric Fox, as the skipper of the JetHawks, Wally Packman, is serving a 10-game suspension right now. Game number 3 tonight at 10. He is suspended for bumping an umpire just this past week. Doc Brooks will lead it off against Toledo tonight. He'll be in left field. Jared Ball, the center field, hits second. And at short is Dan Ugla. He's hitting third. John Zering, the right fielder, will hit cleanup. Jake Gardley at third base, batting fifth. Dan Tosca, the designated hitter, will hit sixth. Sean Lowellowitz at first base, hitting seventh. Phil Atlas will catch and bat eighth. And hitting ninth, over at second base is Steve Garabrams. For the lineup for the JetHawks, Brooks, Ball, Ugla, Zering, Garthwaite, Tosca, Lewolowitz, Avlis, and Garabrams. The lineup for the Quakes, Bobby Meacham, our pregame guest tonight, has Eric Ibar leading off at shortstop. Demetrius Heath, the second baseman, will hit second. Carlos Duncan in right field will bat third. Troy Glaus, the designated hitter, batting cleanup. Michael Napoli catches, and he'll hit fifth. David Gates, the left fielder, hitting sixth. Jared Abruzzo at first base, hitting seventh. Adam Pavkovich, the third baseman, is eighth. And Felix Nunez tonight, batting ninth in center field. Ibar, Heath, Duncan, Glaus, Napoli, Gates, Abruzzo, Haftovich, and Nunez. And on the mound, John Toledo, set to go, as the right-hander looks in for the signs to his catcher, Napoli, and the first pitch of the ball game is swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. We are underway tonight at 7:18. The epicenter in Rancho, Cucamonga. Home to the Quakes as Toledo winds and throws the next pitch down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tonight's first pitch temperature 75 degrees, with the winds blowing out to the east at 10 miles an hour. The 1-1 on the way, swinging a big chopper over the leaping third baseman Paskovich and on into left field. That is a base hit. A leadoff single for Doc Brooks, and coming up to the plate will be Jared Ball. Paskovich tonight at third base for the Quakes. Eric Ibar is the shortstop. Demetrius Heath at second base. Over at first base is Jared Abruzzo. It's been a while since Abruzzo started at first. He is there. Behind the plate, Michael Napoli. And his pitching and his battering mate, John Toledo, now from the stretch. Here's Jared Ball, and he takes down low, and the count is 1-0. For Jared Ball, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. And on the season, Ball is hitting .296, 15 home runs, 65 RBIs. 1-0 the count. And Toledo throws to the plate, swinging a chopper, backhanded by Ibar short. He goes to second, and Heath drops the ball. And safe at first is Ball. Brooks is safe at second. It's an error on Demetrius Heath, and that's the way this ball game gets started tonight. Here is Dan Agua. A single and an error. That had all the makings of a possible double play. Here's Agua hitting .359, 5 home runs, 29 RBIs. Toledo throws. The pitch is low and inside, and the count 1-0. The lights are on at the epicenter. No sun right now. That is no longer the case at the start of the ball games. No sun tonight. 1 ball and no strikes. Somewhat of an overcast setting. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Swinging a pop-up off to the right. This one will trip back up into the seats. And a fan bobbled it, but it landed in the, it looks like the gentleman, it landed in the hands of a fan just sitting 2 seats over. 1-1 to count to Agua. Not an overcast type setting, but there's some cloud cover behind the ballpark off to the west, and the sun is getting tucked behind the clouds. A turn and a throw back to first, and a throw back to second. Brooks is just back with a head first slide. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Dan Agua hitting .359, 5 home runs, 29 RBIs. And he has runners at first and second with nobody out. A good crowd on hand tonight for the final Thursday of the season. The 1-1 pitch inside, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. Before the ball game tonight, the fans were entertained by the Rancho Cucamonga Spirit Corps. And a large group in attendance tonight. Here's the 2-1 on the way, swinging a bouncer foul back to the screen. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Agua, right-handed hitter. John Toledo this year on the season, a 6-10 and a 5.11 ERA. Now Toledo from the belt. A look back at second. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a shot. Hit the left field. Pretty good ride. Gates going back at the track. Looking up, and it is gone. A home run and a 3-run home run for Dan Agua. He stops at second, but all the while, the plate umpire tonight waving him home. That's Will Robinson. That ball hit off the Vineyard Bank advertising sign just above the wall in left field. It is 3-0 JetHawks. So here's John Zerang now after a 3-0 lead by Lancaster here in the first. Toledo winds and comes home, and the pitch is low and away, and the count 1-0. For Ugla, it's his 6th home run of the year, and it brings his RBI total up to 32. The 1-0 from Toledo, low and away, 2 balls, no strikes. The 41st home run allowed by the Quakes pitching staff this year for the Lancaster offense. Next pitch is low and away, 3-0. Zerang hitting .340 with 7 home runs, 34 RBIs. Lancaster in their road black tops. Next pitch a strike at the knees, 3-1. Coming into the night, the Quakes had allowed just over 33%, just over a third. Next pitch is a strike to Zerang, 3-2. Just over a third of the home runs allowed by the pitching staff this year been allowed to the Lancaster JetHawks. Full count, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called on a breaking ball. And Zerang is out number 1. He started to wander down to first. Here is Jay Garthwaite. A 3-run home run by Dan Ugla, giving the JetHawks a 3-0 lead. Garthwaite hitting .325 with 10 home runs and 35 RBIs. Toledo throws. Garthwaite does not hold up on a check swing, and he's ruled to have gone around. 1 ball, 1 strike. Plate umpire tonight is Will Robinson. David Rackley on the bases. He's the one that just made the call. 1-1. Here's the pitch to Garthwaite. Low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Good crowd on hand here tonight. We're expecting large crowds this weekend. The 1-1 on the way, swinging a big tapper foul up along the third base line. It is fielded by Eric Fox, and he tosses it out of play. One ball and 2 strikes to count. David Gates, the left fielder tonight, playing straight away and very deep with Garthwaite. The center fielder is Felix Nunez. Reggie Willits is not in the lineup tonight. He was taken out of last night's ball game. The 1-2 pitch dropped in there, called third strike. So after giving up the 3-run home run, Toledo comes back and strikes out 2. Here is Daniel Tosca. Tosca, the DH, hitting .256, 7 home runs, 37 RBIs. Here's the pitch to the plate. Swinging a fly ball to center field. Nunez going back. See how he turns his shoulders. He calls for it and makes the catch. The inning is over. 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base in the top half of the first. We head to the bottom of the inning. It's Lancaster 3, and the Quakes come to bat.
Talking to Allstate agents Bob Johnston and Diane Combs can really make a driver feel safe. When you call Bob Johnston at 946-1066 or Diane Combs at 986-1257, you get a knowledgeable insurance agent who's there when you need help, whose name is in the same book as yours, who can see if you qualify for discounts or tell you what insurance on a new car will cost. But no one has people like Allstate. Allstate Insurance Company, Northwood, Illinois. Call Bob Johnston in Upland at 946-1066 or Diane Combs in Ontario at 986-1257. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep playing the flats and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Here come the Quakes to bat in the bottom half of the first inning. 3-0 Lancaster. The Quakes with an Ivar Heath and then Carlos Duncan. If the inning extends, it would be extended to Troy Glaus tonight as the designated hitter. Eric Ivar coming up to the plate. He'll face Pete Zamora. Zamora on the year, 3 losses. The left-hander has an ERA of 7.01. Zamora's last start at High Desert. As Ivar digs himself into the box. Zamora's last start at High Desert as Ivar swings and chops the pitch foul up the third baseline and down the line. The count is 0-1. That was on Saturday. 2 1/3 innings for Zamora. He gave up 7 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, walked 2 and struck out 1. 0-1 the count to Ivar from the right side of the plate, hitting .331. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a bouncer. That one's backhanded at third base by Gardley. He gets up, he throws to first. Not in time, and Ivar is aboard. A single for Ivar to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Jay Garthwaite at third base tonight. The JetHawks had a lineup shuffle prior to the ballgame. The first lineup we saw tonight had Danny Ricard in at shortstop, but that is not the case. Dan Ugla is the shortstop. Ricard was hit on the hand a few days ago, and after batting practice, confirmed that he was not good to go. Here's Demetrius Heath and a throw over to first, and Ivar is back. So Ivar first base, nobody out. The Quakes trail this one 3-0. And the pitch to the plate to Heath is up and away. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The catcher tonight is Phil Avlis for Lancaster. On the mound is Zamora. Holding on, Ivar first base is Sean Llewellowitz. The second baseman, Garrett Brantz, plays near the middle of the bag. The 1-0 pitch swung on, hit the right field. Coming in and under the ball and waiting for it is Zerang. He will make the catch, and Ivar is back to first. One away. Here comes Carlos Duncan to the plate. Jared Ball is in center field tonight, and in left field is Doc Brooks. Zamora from the stretch. Here's Duncan, hitting .317 so far. And a throw over to first. And back safely is Ivar. Zamora from the stretch. A look over at first. Here's the pitch to the plate. Breaking ball, 4 strikes. 0-1 the count. Zamora making his 11th start with Lancaster tonight. 51 in the third innings. 72 hits, 20 walks, 28 strikeouts. And opponents hitting .336 against him. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch, and instead it's a throw over to first, and Ivar is back. Quakes home tonight through the weekend. Tomorrow on the mound will be Sam Smith for Lancaster. Dominic Woody tomorrow night for the Quakes. The 0-1, Ivar goes, swinging a broken back ground ball to second Deadman's field. His only play is going to be a long throw to first where he gets Duncan for the second out. Ivar running on the play, stays out of a double play, and that brings up Glaus. Well, it's not every night that the hometown fans get to watch an all-star play in the epicenter. An American League all-star third baseman named Troy Glaus. And Glaus just, his physique towers over all the other players on the field. Here's Glaus, and the pitch to the plate. Breaking ball for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Glaus 1 for 6 so far in his rehab, a 3-run home run. The other night it was a crushed shot in San Bernardino. 0-1 the count. Now a look back at second by Zamora. The pitch home, swinging a hard smasher foul wide of third, and down the line. No balls and 2 strikes now to Glaus. Making a comment about Glaus and maybe what hurt the Angels as well with his injury, losing the production that he was delivering in the lineup, but also he was hitting .296, and for Glaus, for most of his career, he's hit about around the .250, .260 mark. The 0-2 on the way, Glaus takes the breaking ball in the dirt, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Glaus is rehabbing here at least through Friday, at least through tomorrow. Anything else further, we don't know yet. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Glaus. It is 3-0 JetHawks here in the bottom half of the first. The 1-2 on the way, swinging a fly ball foul off to the right and out of play. And the count remains 1-2. Glaus took batting practice with the ball club. He wears the Red Angels batting helmet. And number 41 on the back of his white Quakes home jersey. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. He drew out some fans last night in San Bernardino, and tonight he has had the same effect. You see lots of red sprinkled throughout the ballpark. The 1-2 outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Glaus hoping to get back with the Angels to DH. He would be eligible for the playoff roster, even if he is not back by September 1st because he's on the disabled list right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out, and Zamora throws. Here's the pitch to the plate, and it's down low and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. At second base is Eric Ivar. 3-2 to count. Now Zamora is ready. The 3-2 on the way, and a fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. The inning is over. That was a high fastball that Zamora got by him, and that'll do it for the Quakes. 1 hit and a man left on base. After 1 night at the epicenter, 3-0 JetHawks.
Attention, Hoop Stars. You claim that you've got game? Ever thought about turning pro? The newest pro basketball team in Southern California, the Ontario Warriors of the ABA, will hold a rare open tryout September 3rd and 4th at A.B. Miller High in Fontana. The high-scoring, fast-paced ABA is sweeping the country by storm and expanding at a record rate, and we may just be looking for you. Tryouts are limited, so don't be late. September 3rd from 4 to 9. September 4th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at A.B. Miller in Fontana if you think you have what it takes to be a Warrior.
Please have a hand of company because you look so fine. I really want to make you mine.
Vineyard Bank, your hometown bank, is proud to support our hometown team, the Quakes. You could say we've been sending a few shockwaves of our own around the local banking industry with a performance that can only be described as, well, off the scale. We're rolling through the region with a creative force that is changing the whole banking experience. Ingenuity and flexibility are our mantra as we look for innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively to help businesses and families alike. As one of the fastest growing banks in California, we'll continue to shake things up in order to give our customers what they need. We don't measure our success one bank charge at a time like some do. We measure it by how we have contributed to the quality of life for our customers and our community today, and for generations to come. We'll be there the next time the Quakes hit a home run, and many more to follow.
Troy Glaus struck out swinging to end the first inning for the Quakes. Now coming out to the plate for the Lancaster JetHawks in the top of the second inning is Sean Lewolowitz. It is 3-0 JetHawks after the 3-run home run in the top half of the first by Dan Agla. Agla crushed that shot to left. Here's Lewolowitz. He takes a breaking ball for a strike from Toledo, and the count is 0-1. Jason Anapoyan here tonight. Chet Vaughn is our studio coordinator. The next pitch is blown away. 1 ball, 1 strike to count for Lewolowitz, hitting .267, 9 home runs, 44 RBIs. The windup by Toledo, the pitch on the way, swinging a fly ball to right field. Duncan going back, reaches up, and he's not going to get it, and it's going to the wall, and heading into second base is Lewolowitz. That's a double, and for Lewolowitz, he hit that one to right field, and it looked like Duncan had a beam on it the whole time, and either Duncan misjudged the ball, and I think that's what happened, or the ball just at the last moment caught a gust of wind. Here's Phil Avila. Phil Avila's hitting .320, 13 home runs, 66 RBIs. Now he bunts it. A good one up the third base line, picked up by Paskovich. He throws low to first, and Abruzzo makes the catch. A sacrifice for Avila. It goes 5-3 for the first out, and Lewolowitz over to third. The signs of a good ball club. Now resting on a 3-0 lead. And when the opportunity arises to play for a run in a specific part of the ball game, that's what they do. Here is Steve Garabrants. Top of the second inning, and the score is 3-0 in favor of the JetHawks. The Quakes with the infield in, and the pitch to Garabrants is low and away. The count is 1-0. Toledo comes back, and the next pitch is a little bit off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Paskovich at third, just back of the bag at third. Ivar stands in on the cut of the grass. The next pitch is down low. 3 balls, no strikes. At second base is Demetrius Heath. The first baseman, Jared Abruzzo. Here is the 3-0 on the way. A strike called, and the count is 3-1. Toledo pitching for a strikeout or a ground ball hit at one of his infielders here. Breaking ball on the 3-1, taken for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The JetHawks sitting with a lead in the second half of the California League 7 division standings. The 3-2 on the way. Swing and a tip at the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The JetHawks have a magic number of 8 to clinch the second half title. The 3-2 on the way, low and away, ball 4, and Garabrants walks. A walk to Garabrants, and here's Doc Brooks. First walk of the night issued now by John Toledo. The lights gathering their effect here. Twilight here in Rancho, Cucamonga. Just a beautiful night for a ball game. The breeze blowing out to right. A good crowd on hand for a Thursday night. Here's the pitch. The Brooks swinging a big chopper foul wide of third and past the bag at third. Adam Paskovich fields and puts it into the seats. There are fans sitting in every section of the chairback seats from one edge of the infield to the other end. And a good size gathering down in the cafe seats down the left field line. No balls, 1 strike to Brooks. 1 man out. Now they set up the way. A pitch out, and the runners do not go. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sends that ball down to his side, glove down to his left-hand side. Away from third is Lorello. It's Garabrandt from first. He more than likely would love a double play. The next pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike. Toledo, though, has fallen behind in this count. He fell behind in the last one before at least going 3-2. 2-1 the count for Brooks. Man, they can hurt you at the plate. Here's the pitch, and instead, Toledo steps off the mound and looks over to third and fakes back over to first. Two balls and 1 strike. Well, Toledo looks down. He throws home the pitch. Strike called. Count is even. Still a changeup, 2-2. Already the Quakes don't want to see them or see their 3-0 deficit grow. Key at bat here in the second. And the throw over and back safely is Garabrandt. It's the difference between a team setting the night up for a blowout. Not saying that would happen, but it's the difference between a team setting their night up now. Throw back to first, the runner is broken, they got it picked up. Here's a field, he throws back over to Ivar. Ivar chasing it back to Toledo. Toledo will probably tag on Garabrandt, and that's a big second out. And all the while, staying at third is Willowitz. So a big second out, and a big pickoff play there by Toledo. It goes 1-3 to 6, back to 3 for the second out. So 2 away, 2-2 to count now to Brooks with a runner at third. Here's the pitch home. Breaking ball outside. Full count. Here's the windup, the 3-2 on the way. Swung on and tipped at the plate. And the count stays alive at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's Toledo. He winds the 3-2 on the way. Swinging a foul. Top foul off to the right. And that ball hit off the facing of the overhang off to the right and back down into the seats. Full count now to Brooks. Oh, if the Quakes get out of this inning, how big would that be? 3-2, 2 outs. Here's the windup and the pitch home. Breaking ball hit the left field. Gates going back. He is there. He makes the catch in front of the track. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and a man left on base. And Toledo gets out of the jam. At the bottom half of the second, it is 3-0 JetHawks.
You love baseball. The towering home runs, great pitching performances. Baseball's terrific, but so are movies. And AMC Theaters is in a league of their own, with the best films, best food, and best fun. At AMC, we never take a day off. You can catch all the Hollywood hits at AMC 365 days and nights a year. We'll let you get back to the baseball game. But when you're ready for that other passion of yours, you know where to find us. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference. Next time a player gets thrown out of the game, he probably won't stick around the ballpark. Why should he? When he can catch a movie at AMC Theaters, where all the latest Hollywood hits come out to play. 365 days and nights a year. Stop by, but before you settle down, go to a concession stand for a hot dog, soft drink, and some freshly popped popcorn. For the best films, best food, best fun, and award-winning guest services, AMC Theaters is in a league of their own. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than Original Call Buddy. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for Original Carl Buddig in 2.5 ounce, 8 ounce, and 1 pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Buddig, a real slice of life.
move now here into the bottom half of the second inning with the score, JetHawks 3, Quakes nothing. Jason Anapolian with you here tonight from the ballpark. Big top of the second inning that Toledo worked his way out of. After the first came in, scored in the first, the JetHawks were right back at it with a runner at third and then a runner at first and third with nobody, with just one man. And the Quakes forced to at least bring the infield in part ways with the at-bat to Doc Brooks, but a pickoff and then a fly ball gets Toledo out of the inning. Here is Michael Napoli. He takes low and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Napoli hitting .290, 27 home runs, 110 RBIs. It is now low in the count 2-0. No telling if Napoli is going to get to that 120 RBI mark. He needs 11 to set the record for most RBIs in a season by a Quake. Next pitch swung on and hit high and foul off to the right. This one is back into the seats. And it takes a bounce in the seats and back over and out of the park. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Napoli. Napoli followed by Gates and then Abruzzo in the inning. Curveball down low from Zamora and the count 3 balls and a strike. Now with the Quakes getting out at the top of the second and coming into the bottom of the third, now they can turn a little bit of the momentum their way. The 3-1 on the way, swung on and fouled, but the play off of the mask of Avlis. It knocks the mask of Avlis off as the ball bounces back to the screen. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Bottom half of the second inning. JetHawks 3, Quakes nothing. Now Zamora, the left-hander, wearing no sleeves. He winds and throws. The 3-1 on the way. Napoli swings. He extends his arms and drives it high and deep to left center. Brooks on the run, looking up at the wall, and it is gone. Michael Napoli got all of that one. The left center. He got his arms extended. It's a solo shot for Napoli. And it's a 3-1 JetHawks lead. Home run number 28 on the season for Napoli. That leads the California League. And RBI number 111. That also leads the league. Here is David Davis. Here's the windup and the pitch to the plate to Gates. Taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Here's the windup and the 0-1 on the way. Swinging a tapper foul back to the on-deck circle. No balls and 2 strikes. Sean Barker of Visalia is second to Napoli. Napoli is still the only guy in the California League this year with over 100 RBIs. Here's the 0-2 to Gates. Outside, 1-2. David Gates hitting .269, 19 home runs and 80 RBIs. Zamora to the glove, and he winds. And the 1-2 on the way. Swinging a big chopper over to short. Coming up and charging the ball as short as Ugla, and he will throw on the run from the grass in time to get Gates. 1 out. 1 away. Jared Abruzzo will be the batter. The Quakes, instead of falling further behind at 3-0, get out of the inning and at least get one of the runs back in Napoli's home run to make it a 3-1 ball game. Jared Abruzzo, switch hitter, running right-handed, hitting .251. 10 home runs, 44 RBIs. The pitch is blowing away. 1 ball and no strikes. Quakes baseball tonight on the radio, being brought to you by our friends at Carl Buddig. With 9 distinct flavors, look for original Carl Buddig at your favorite grocer. The next pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Carl Buddig, a real slice of life. 2-0 the count. And Zamora throws the pitch And the Weasel swings. He tries this one to center field. Ball's going back with room in front of the track. He reaches up to make the catch for the second out. 2 away for Adam Pavkovich. Paul McAnulty of Lake Elsinore is second happily in home runs with 22 coming into the night. But in regards to Napoli and in his home run and his RBI total, it just does not have the appearance right now that you are going to see anybody in the league, at least right now, give him a serious threat for either record. Here's the pitch to Pavkovich, and it's down low to count 1-0. Napoli would have to stop hitting the rest of the season, and it's not to say that it can't happen for a guy to go on a tear, but that's what it would take. One of the challengers to his league lead. The 1-0 pitch to Pavkovich hit the center, moving over to his right, his ball. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. The Quakes get one of them back on the home run by Napoli to left center. We head to the second. It is 3-1 JetHawks.
You love baseball. The towering home run. Great pitching performances. Baseball's terrific, but so are movies. And AMC Theaters is in a league of their own, with the best films, best food, and best fun. At AMC, we never take a day off. You can catch all the Hollywood hits at AMC 365 days and nights a year. We'll let you get back to the baseball game. But when you're ready for that other passion of yours, you know where to find us. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference. Next time a player gets thrown out of the game, he probably won't stick around the ballpark. Why should he? Well, he can catch a movie at AMC Theaters, where all the latest Hollywood hits come out to play, 365 days and nights a year. Stop by, but before you settle down, go to a concession stand for a hot dog, soft drink, and some freshly popped popcorn. For the best films, best food, best fun, and award-winning guest services, AMC Theaters is in a league of their own. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference.
You've heard about it, and now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRM 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price in a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRM and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395, or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Top of the third, here's Toledo into his windup, and the first pitch to Jared Ball is taken down low, and the count 1-0. 3-1 the score. The JetHawks in front of the Quakes. Here's the windup, and the 1-0 is inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Jared Ball at the plate. He is 0 for 1 on the night. As Toledo winds and throws, here's the next pitch on the way. Swing and a foul right off of Napoli at the plate, and he is doing that one. 2 balls and a strike. Well, it's our honor, and it's a pleasure to welcome into the broadcast booth probably one of the biggest Rancho Cucamonga Quakes fans, J.D. Helmquist. And, J.D., you won this opportunity, and tell everybody how you won this opportunity to come on the broadcast.
Well, I paid my bill. I paid my bill on time for my season tickets and won a drawing. And this is my prize, your penalty, my prize.
Here is Jared Ball, 2-1 the count. So you knew back before you even named the broadcaster that you were coming on.
Yes,
the pitch, swinging a shot in the center, and that's a base hit for Ball.
But, by the way, I did do some checking up on you. I checked with your partner, Doug Greenwald, and Modesto, that's now in Fresno, and he gave you a thumbs up. So I figured I'll wait till the other team can decide then if I want to go on.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's good. I passed one test. But here is Dan Ugla. He had the home run to left field in the first inning.
that was one of those slurs that didn't. Sometimes Toledo gets over the top on that, and it can. That was that there.
Here's the pitch to Agla. Check swing foul up the line, and the count is 0-1 to Agla. With that advertisement out there in left field, comes right up close to the wall. Of course, your gates, you've got to deke it into being possibly a double. You never know when you're going to get one of those to go your way.
You know, for a long time, despite the yellow line that demarks the home run from the non-home run, Cal League umpires were still calling those doubles. They were still calling them live balls. And there's about an 18-inch gap there between the yellow line, the first set of billboards, and the second one. And unless it snuck between those 18 inches, it was a live ball. Fortunately, I think we have better Cal League umpires now than we have in the past. But they're able to call it.
Next pitch is down low to Agla. Here's the 1-1 runner goes. It's down low. Play down to second. Ibar covering the bag, and they got him.
Matt has gotten so much better as a catcher. We saw him 3 years ago when he came up briefly as a 19-year-old kid, and really struggled back there, and now he's thrown out 40% of the base runners, and, you know, I think he's the MVP of the league this year.
Well, I agree, too. With the season he's had, there are other guys on other ball clubs that have had good years, but nothing like the season Michael Napoli is having.
No, and again, most of the guys, in fact, this Lancaster team has been decimated by move-up call-ups. Some of those guys, that might have been MVP candidates like D'Antona or Connor Jackson or some of these other guys, aren't here the second half. So
Agla on a 3-1 pitch takes it for a strike. Started to wander down to first. Full count now. And yet this Lancaster club's still winning.
They sure are. It's remarkable. You got to tip your cap to Wally Backman, although I guess Wally's in Sweet 6 tonight. He's not able to.
The 3-2 on the way, swinging a foul back to the screen.
Not able to do his duties tonight, so knowing him, he's probably flashing time sign there or something.
He is one of the best to chat with in this league of the visiting skippers that come into town.
I was always concerned whether he was going to be able to manage every day or whether they had Tim Tuffle come in and manage, every other day.
Next pitch is up high to Agla. Ball 4, and he walks. Well, he had a chance to play on a couple of those teams with both New York and Pittsburgh. We're talking playoff. Right. So really fine baseball clubs.
Absolutely. Those darn Mets teams of the mid-60s, mid-80s rather. I'm a Red Sox fan from way back in that 86 team. That hurt.
Here's John Zarang, and the first pitch to Zarang is a strike, 0-1. So you're a lifelong Red Sox fan?
Lifelong Red Sox fan. I grew up on the East Coast. When my father was in Vietnam, we lived in Boston for 2 years, and my mom would drop my little buddy and I off at the park.
The 0-1 swung on and foul backed up into the seats. No balls, 2 strikes.
It's Fenway. It's $1.35. The bucket get us some restricted juice seat and 35 cents to get me popcorn and a soda. So she'd listen to the game and come pick us up afterwards. And 66 was a dismal season, and 67 was, of course, the impossible dream year.
The 0-2 rolling away. It gets away from Napoli. Down to second goes Agla on the wild pitch.
But to this day, I can name the chapter and verse every batting average of that team, from Alton Jones to Carly Stremski. Fun year.
Have you been back to Fenway recently?
I haven't been back since 1968.
Really?
Yeah. So during the 68 season, we didn't get to go to as many games. My father had come back from Vietnam, and we moved back to the Air Force Base. And
the 1-2 down low, Napoli blocks it. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Back in Western Massachusetts, Springfield. And soon thereafter, we got moved out here to California. So I haven't been back since.
But you still root for the Red Sox to this day, or are you an Angels fan?
I'm an Angel fan through and through, and it actually occurred. I can even tell you the date. The date that Tony Conigliaro got traded from the Red Sox and the Angels. We were out here. We'd been out here about a year. And in 1970, I just decided, you know what, I'm going to be an Angel fan. So I guess you're allowed to do that when you're 13.
2-2 pitch down low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, what if the Red Sox win the series, though?
I'd love to see it, but, hell might squeeze over at first. So I'm not counting on it.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out to Zerain. Struck out looking in the first. Toledo throws home, the pitch on the way, swung on and missed. And Zerain is out on strikes, 2 men out.
That was that blue that Toledo features. It's nasty when he gets on the side of it. He gets over the top. It's just nasty.
That was such a key second inning that he got himself out of.
Yeah.
He really kept the Quakes in this game.
He's done that all year. His ERA reflects the fact that he's been in trouble all year, but, he just seems to be able to work his way out of a lot of it.
Well, he's doing that over the last couple of months. Here's Garthwaite swinging a foul out of play. 0-1. Once he's been able to come back and get somewhat healthy for once this year, he has still run into some problems along his starts, but he's never crossed that line, and he hasn't given up the big hit that's knocked him out of, the 3rd or 4th inning.
You're right.
The pitch to Garthwaite is outside 1-1, and that was happening before in April and May, just all too often for him.
Yeah, it's remarkable for a guy who has as many control problems as he has. To have a couple of complete games in this league. It's quite a feat to throw a complete game in the Cal League. But to have 2 of them when you're struggling with your control or with your health, that's pretty remarkable.
The 1-1 is low and away, blocked by Napoli, 2-1. Did you see either of the complete games? Did you travel at all to see?
I think he threw the one in San Bernardino, didn't he?
The next pitch is outside, 3 balls and a strike. No, it was High Desert.
High Desert. That's right. Yeah, I did see that. In fact, that was, again, one of the more remarkable feats. To throw a complete game up there in this league is just amazing. And that little bandbox was just death on Christmas.
How about the ballpark these guys playing, too? That's the same thing.
Absolutely the same thing. You look at some of these numbers that they produce, and then they end up going to El Paso, and El Paso's a similarly shaped ballpark as Lancaster is, but the wind doesn't blow nearly as much. You get to Lancaster, and they wonder why these guys are putting up the same numbers that they're putting up in Lancaster.
Well, El Paso is struggling badly this year, apparently.
And again, they inherited some really good ball players at the All-Star break with Connor Jackson and Quentin and D'Antona and who else? They got that second Ned Brown.
Ned Brown.
Yeah, that could be played.
3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3. The side is retired. 1 hit, 1 walk, and a man left on. Here in the 3rd, we head to the bottom half of the inning. It is the JetHawks 3 and the Quakes 1.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376. You know the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way they get home as quickly as possible, and it's just a short flight into the plate. That's your plate at home, not home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Well, we're going to hear into the bottom half of the 3rd inning with the score at JetHawks 3, Quakes 1. Coming up to the plate for the Quakes will be Felix Nunez. Nunez with his first at bat of the night, and then Ibar and Demetrius Heath. We're joined here tonight on the broadcast by J.D. Elmquist. J.D., where are your seats? You have pretty good seats here at the ballpark.
We have the best seats in the park. We have the North Center. Row B. There's no row A. So I'm convinced that they didn't put a row A in just so maybe later on they could, screw me and put a row in front of me.
You told me that before.
Yeah, we're right on the aisle, right behind the dish, and we can talk in a conversational tone, and the umpire can hear me when I'm not happy with him.
Here's Felix Nunez as Zamora winds and throws in the first pitch, and Nunez runs up the bunt and runs through it 0-1.
Now, this Zamora kid, I think this is like his 5th or 6th year that he's made an appearance in the Cali. I think he's 29 years old.
Yeah.
And just throws junk.
Here's the 0-1 on the way. Swing, and I guess 0-2. How would you like to be a pitcher, though, that you have to make your home there in Lancaster for the season? I say he throws junk, and sometimes I think the guys have to result to being junk pitchers in that part.
And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. I mean, he throws
outside to Nunez. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Curveball, and follow it up with the changeup. And that's the best. I mean, I think his fastball might touch 81, 82. That's tough to make a living in this business at 82.
The 1-2 down low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think it's tougher for guys like Zamora.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's tougher mentally, too. That's probably where the real challenge is. You have to know what you're doing, right, and where you're throwing it and why. The next pitch, strike 3 called on the inside corner of Nunez, and he is out number 1.
That's a questionable call. That's Charlie umpire.
Here comes Eric Ibar.
This would be one of those situations where in a conversational, pleasant tone, I would remind the umpire that he's perhaps looking that serves, serving test for.
So you'll offer your opinion on that?
From time to time. When asked. And as far as I'm concerned, every time he blows a call, he's asking if he trusts my opinion.
Here's Ibar. He had an infield hit, and he shows bunt, pulls back, and he takes down low. 1-0 the count to Ibar.
Now this guy, in my mind, he's probably another candidate for MVP. I mean, he's just done a tremendous job.
The 1-0, swinging a pop-up. Right center field, Durang is under it, and the right fielder puts it away.
And, now he's making all the routine plays, and as well as the spectacular plays that he had been making all season long.
He's not dead. Every so often at the beginning of the year, we struggle with a routine ball. You're not seeing it.
No, not right now.
And it's, how about Luis Cruz for Lake Elsinore, his defensive skills? He and Ibar are just, they're the top of the league.
You didn't see Tommy Murphy last year, and Tommy made the most spectacular play.
Here's Demetrius Heath, right-handed hitter. He takes outside 1-0.
This is one of my kickers, meatball. We can continue with that.
Zamora is set. Here's the 1-0 on the way to Heath. Swinging a foul off to the right. 1-1. Who all lives with you?
We have Jared Abruzzo and his wife on the weekends, and David Gates and meatball.
So you had 2, and then you got a third one.
Yeah, except meatball. That's a week ago.
The 1-1 low and inside to Heath. 2 balls and a strike.
Fit trade in. I agree with Nietzsche. He mentioned it earlier. He fit trade in. He seems to hang out with those boys, and there's never any problem.
2-1 on the way. Swung on and hit hard, but right to Lulowitz. He tried to take it to the opposite field. Lulowitz was there to make the catch, and that ends it. Quakes go in order here in the 3rd. JD, stay with us for the 4th. And we head to the 4th inning. It is 3-1 Lancaster.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a ready card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
After 3 innings, the score, Quakes trail 3-1 to Lancaster. Leading it off for the JetHawks is Dan Tosca. Tosca flied to center in the first inning. Toledo winds and throws. Here's the pitch, and Tosca takes a strike. The count is 0-1.
I better finish the Tommy Murphy thing analogy because my wife gets mad when you make a point on the air and then stop and then pick up the next inning, so I better pick it up right now.
The 0-1 on the way, swung on, hit the left. Gates coming over near the line, and it is going to be fouled.
Anyway, but, Murphy made the most spectacular plays, but he really struggled on the routine play to the point where now he's a center fielder.
Much like Joe DiMaggio.
Or Mickey Mantle.
Yeah. Next pitch is inside. 1-2.
Carly Simpson. There's a lot of them that started as shortstops and second basemen and infielders and between outfielders.
Here's the 1-2 on the way. Down low. 2-2. What that tells you is how hard it is to play those positions.
Not only that, I mean, those are your athletes. You look at any draft board, and they're all shortstops and center fielders and pitchers, and they become second basemen, and they become third basemen, and they become left fielders. If you're drafted as a center fielder, you're drafted as a shortstop typically.
The 2-2 is outside the top. Get 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sometimes infielders become pitchers.
Yeah.
We got a guy on the ball club now, and Dominic Woody.
Yeah. Actually, wasn't he a catcher?
Next pitch, swung on a little tapper out in front of the plate. It's picked up by Napoli, and he throws to first. 1 out. Yes. Catcher. Yeah. And a designated, a DH was what was listed on the set for the catcher.
Well,
and a switch hitting catcher.
We've been in the Cali so long, we were on Troy Percival as a catcher in Palm Springs. So, again, there's a long lineage of guys that start as one thing and become something else and quite successful at it.
Here's Sean Lelowitz. He doubled the right in the second. Toledo throws home. The pitch to Lelowitz is a strike, and the count 0-1. 3-1 JetHawks, top of the 4th. And Toledo throws. The next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-2.
That's swerving, so he throws it at different speeds, and like I said, if he gets on top of it, it tends to hang, but if it drops in, it'll be a strike. But if he gets on the side, it's a pretty nasty pitch.
Next pitch on the way, down low and away.
He throws that 2-seam fastball that has good movement. And that backup change, that straight change is pretty devastating after he throws it.
Next pitch down low and in. 2-2.
86, 87 mile an hour fastball and a 72-mile change. It's hard to catch up.
Toledo throws. Here's the 2-2. Off the plate. Full count now.
And that's the neat thing about housing players is we get to sit up at night and have a beer or two and talk about the game and talk about hitting philosophies and
3-2 on the way, swinging a bouncer back off the mound. It's gloved by Ibar from the outfield grass. He spins and throws to first in time.
Boy, put an asterisk on that one, Cheryl. That was a heck of a play.
Two outs for Phil Avalos. Ibar was a good 3 steps on the outfield grass, back to the bag at second.
You know, we were talking between innings, and you mentioned Juan Mello, and we've had some really outstanding shortstops here over the years, from Juan Mello and Kid Greg LaRocca, who had a couple cups of coffee with Cleveland and San Diego, and is now probably the MVP of the Central League in Japan. Turned it up there. But he was just an outstanding shortstop, as was Mello and Abar and C.C. Carmona, and just some really outstanding shortstops we've had over the years. So we've been really blessed.
1 ball and 1 strike to count to Avalos. Here's Toledo to the plate. And the check swing, Avalos holds up. 2 balls and a strike.
Didn't mean to wake up the umpire then. Had to make a call. Looked like he went to me.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
That I often see with my heart. That's what's the curse of being a fan.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count. There's Toledo to the plate. Swinging a big tapper to Ibar. High hop at short. He fields from the outfield grass. Throws him out. Inning over. 1-2-3 go to JetHawks. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is 3-1 Lancaster.
Attention, Hoop Stars. You claim that you've got game? Ever thought about turning pro? The newest pro basketball team in Southern California, the Ontario Warriors of the ABA, will hold a rare open tryout September 3rd and 4th at A.B. Miller High in Fontana. The high-scoring, fast-paced ABA is sweeping the country by storm and expanding at a record rate, and we may just be looking for you. Tryouts are limited, so don't be late. September 3rd from 4 to 9. September 4th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at A.B. Miller in Fontana. If you think you have what it takes to be a Warrior.
Please have a hand of company because you look so fine. I really want to make you mine.
This is the WB Presents Pepsi Smash. I'm your host, Nick Zano. Live with their top 10 hit from their platinum album, The Beautiful Letdown, it's Switchfoot with Meant to Live. Switchfoot with Meant to Live live from Pepsi Smash. Catch all the hottest live performances every Thursday starting May 27th when the WB presents Pepsi Smash.
Thursday at the Concentric Maroon 5 Sting. Beginning Thursday, May 27th, the WB presents Pepsi Smash, bringing you the biggest acts every Thursday, 8/7 Central on the WB.
Moving along now to the bottom half of the 4th inning. 3-1 Lancaster. Leading it off to the Quakes of the Duncan, followed by Troy Glaus and then Michael McAlee. So the Quakes were down 3-0 in the 2nd, and Toledo was on the ropes. And now, here they come to bat in the bottom of the 4th, and Toledo gets through it, and they're still in this one. Here's Duncan swinging a tapper to short, charged by Ugla, and he throws wide to first off the bag. It clears Lelowitz, and Duncan is safe on an error, a throwing error by Dan Ugla at short.
You know, Ugla's the second baseman, and I guess he did because Ricard playing for the game, and
it was hit by a finish earlier this week. The first lineup had a minute. After DP, talked to the trainer, and that was it.
Ugla can play there on the bench, but that's the reason why he's not there every day. Good ball player, though. A really good ball player.
Troy Glaus at the plate. He struck out swinging in the first.
And you could have made a case for Ugla last year as being the MVP of the play. He was an outstanding one.
Duncan away from first. Here's the pitch to Glaus. Down low.
But you know, he's a prime example of how difficult it is to make the jump from single A to double A. It's got to be the toughest jump in baseball. It's really where the players are separated, I think.
Right, and they're separated really at this level.
Mm-hmm.
One ball, no strikes, and a throw over to first. If you get to the AA level, a lot of those guys, by default, will eventually move up. I mean, if you're good enough to get there, very few guys even get up here. I mean, guys' careers end well before the California League.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, you look at any roster at this level, and you'll see 2, maybe 3 guys that'll make the big leagues. Not sit. I'm talking about have to have a cup of coffee. I'm talking about, you know, a September call-up. But, I mean, to get there and stay is quite an amazing thing.
There goes Duncan, the 1-0, swing and a miss, throw down to second base, not in time, and Duncan is in there. He steals the bag. 1-1 to count to Glaus.
I mean, again, you really see the demarcation between a guy that's a prospect and or a guy who makes himself a prospect, and the guys that are fodder, for lack of a better term. I hate to use that term, but a lot of guys are organizational guys. They're here to fill out our roster.
Right.
But to me, it's once you get AA, you can play in the big league.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. Glaus gets up and drives one to center. Ball going back on the run. He's going to get there to make the catch. Duncan tagging at second. He's going to move up to third. That ball was hit to deep left center field. First out of the inning. But the Quakes have a runner at third now with just 1 man out here in the fourth.
You know, and I think this is where you're going to see Nap make the right kind of out to get him home. And this is the reason why I think he's going to be an MVP this year. He'll find a way to get this guy.
Napoli already with a home run.
No pressure now. No pressure.
What's the toughest part of housing ball players? I mean, you go through the players' ups and downs.
Yeah, you know, we don't see a whole heck of a lot of them. In fact, we had Nap last year for the first half of the season.
Here's the pitch to Napoli, a breaking ball down low, 1-0.
But, you know, we leave at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning for work, and, of course, they're asleep. And by the time we get home at night, they're gone.
Here's the next pitch. Napoli swings a big chopper to third. Garthway Fields, his only players to first, in time to get Napoli. But it scores Duncan from third. It's a 1-run game.
You know, he just finds a way to get the runs home. I mean, it's got 110, 111 RBI, and that's now 112. 112, you know, in 120 games, 130 games, that's phenomenal. I think he'll surpass Casanova's record of RBIs for the Quakes, and might do it easily.
David Gates at the plate. He grounded his short in the second.
My wife gets a little upset with Gator and Abruzzo because they like to leave their plates sitting around, that kind of stuff. But, you know, for the most part, these are really, really good kids. Thank you. Really good kids. They're really, it takes character to get to this level. It really does.
Here's the 1-0 to Gates. Swing and a miss, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
And,
the most you see of them is then after the ball game.
After the ball game, like on the weekends, we'll go out, maybe have dinner at Beer Hunter or TGI Fridays.
The 1-1, swinging a bouncer to short. Agua Fields, he throws Gates out at first to end the inning.
Go ahead. One of our fine advertisers, you know, restaurants that we go to, and that's about it. That's about the only time we play.
JD, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for that. Who knows, maybe we might do this again next year. Anytime. All right, we've been joined by JD Elmquist, and when we come back, the Quakes are down by just a run. After 4, it is 3-2 Lancaster.
Vineyard Bank, your hometown bank, is proud to support our hometown team, the Quakes. You could say we've been sending a few shockwaves of our own around the local banking industry with a performance that can only be described as, well, off the scale. We're rolling through the region with a creative force that is changing the whole banking experience. Ingenuity and flexibility are our mantra as we look for innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively to help businesses and families alike. As one of the fastest growing banks in California, we'll continue to shake things up in order to give our customers what they need. We don't measure our success one bank charge at a time like some do. We measure it by how we have contributed to the quality of life for our customers and our community today, and for generations to come. We'll be there the next time the Quakes hit a home run, and many more to follow.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt and Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
After 4 innings, it's 3-2. JetHawks, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Lancaster. And the Quakes, 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. As John Toledo takes the mound. Coming up to the plate is Steve Garibrandt to lead it off. Toledo throws, Garibrandt swings, breaks his bat, and hits it foul up the first base line. And the count is 0-1. Garibrandt walked in the second inning. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Lancaster. For the Quakes, 2 runs, 2 hits, and an error. A very productive bottom of the fourth for the Quakes. They manufactured a run, and they took advantage of an error. The run is unearned to Zamora. Zamora, 48 pitches through 4 innings. For Toledo, that was pitch number 80. Here in the top of the 5th. Here's the windup, and the next pitch on the way, up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Toledo throws back to the plate. Garibrandt takes a strike on the outside corner. One and 2 to count. Here's the windup, and the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a ball hit into right center, a base hit. Leadoff single for Garibrandt here in the top of the 5th inning. Doc Brooks is coming up to the plate. Quakes Baseball tonight brought to you by Yellow Book USA. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. Here's Doc Brooks. Singled and scored in the first. He flied to left in the second. A throwback over to first, and Brooks is back. Or I beg your pardon, Garibrandt is back. Toledo from the stretch, another throwback over to first, and back safely again is Garibrandt. On the out-of-town scoreboard, the Angels had the day off. Oakland was a 9-4 winner today at home over Baltimore. Barry Zito the win, Cabrera the loss for the Orioles. Toledo throws. The pitch is outside to Brooks. 1 ball and no strikes. The Texas Rangers at home, 8-3 winners over Minnesota. San Jose Park the win, Terry Mulholland the loss. And Blaylock is 29 home run for Texas. 1-0 the count. Here's another throw over. And again, Garibrandt is back. 3-2, JetHawks, top of the 5th. Seattle trails Kansas City 4-1 with the Royals batting in the top of the 5th. Another throw back over. Toledo paying very close attention to Garibrandt. Here's the 1-0 on the way, swinging a double play ground ball to Ibar short. An underhand feed to Heath at second for 1. Back to first, Abruzzo, a double play. 6-4-3. Two men out. Jared Ball is coming up. Jared Ball reached on an air and scored in the first, and he also singled to center field in the third. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. The count is 0-1. Boston at home beats Detroit 4-1, so the Angels get no help on their off day. The 0-1. Low and inside. Ball cannot hold up on a check swing. Will Robinson rings him up. Ball doesn't like the call. No balls and 2 strikes. Toledo to the glove. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 on the way. Up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Yankees over Toronto 7-4. New York scoring 3 times in the top of the 9th. And the White Sox beat Cleveland 14-9. Here's the 1-2 on the way to ball. Low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the National League, the Dodgers were 10-3 winners in Montreal. The 2-2 on the way, a little bit high. Full count now to ball. But Toledo has gone from 0-2 to 3-2. Matt Wilhite is warming up down the line in the Quakes bullpen. The 3-2, strike 3 call. Ball does not like the call. He swings the bat out of the way and drops the helmet. He wants to argue it, but he's going to lay off there. And the inning is over. 1 hit, nobody left on. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. 3-2 Lancaster.
You love baseball. The towering home runs, great pitching performances. Baseball's terrific, but so are movies. And AMC Theaters is in a league of their own, with the best films, best food, and best fun. At AMC, we never take a day off. You can catch all the Hollywood hits at AMC 365 days and nights a year. We'll let you get back to the baseball game. But when you're ready for that other passion of yours, you know where to find us. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference. Next time a player gets thrown out of the game, he probably won't stick around the ballpark. Why should he? When he can catch a movie at AMC Theaters, where all the latest Hollywood hits come out to play, 365 days and nights a year. Stop by, but before you settle down, go to a concession stand for a hot dog, soft drink, and some freshly popped popcorn. For the best films, best food, best fun, and award-winning guest services, AMC Theaters is in a league of their own. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference.
You've heard about it, and now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRM 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price in a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRM and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395, or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Here's Jared Abruzzo, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike, and the count is 0-1. The windup by Zamora. The next pitch is down low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Abruzzo. The Quakes trail 3-2. We're playing in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the windup by Zamora, and the next pitch on the way, swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Meanwhile, on the out-of-town scoreboard, the Lancaster, the Lake Elsinore Storm and High Desert tonight, the 1-2 tails away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're in the top of the 7th in Adelanto, and Lake Elsinore leading High Desert 5-0. 2-2 the count. Zamora to the glove. Now he blinds. Here's the 2-2 on the way. That's down low. Full count. Now for Lake Elsinore, if they come back and if they win tonight's ball game, and they win 3 out of 4. That can be a big boost to their step going back into the weekend series at home against High Desert. Like Elsinore, like Rancho, ends the year on the road. 3-2. Abruzzo swings, bounces it back over the mound. It's gloved by Ugla behind the bag at second. He throws over to first to get Abruzzo. 1 out. Here comes Adam Pavkovich. Pavkovich flies his corner into second. 3-2, JetHawks, bottom half of the 5th inning. So it is Lake Elsinore 5, High Desert nothing. Inland Empire has the night off. Modesto setting out Stockton 1-0 top of the 6th. And Visalia and Bakersfield tied at 1 in the top of the 5th. Here it is 3-2 JetHawks, bottom of the 5th inning, as Pavkovich swings and fouls this one off to the right. The count is 0-1. Back in. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 to Pavkovich. Inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the National League, we told you the Dodgers beat the Expos 10-3. San Diego won over New York today on the road. Same score, 10-3. The 1-2, down low, 2-2. Jared Weaver. Jeff Weaver. The win today for Los Angeles, 12-10. Levon Hernandez, the loss for Montreal. Adrian Beltre hit his 41st. The next pitch to Pavkovich is off the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Adrian Beltre hit his 41st. Steve Finley hit his 27th for the Dodgers. In the San Diego ball game, the Padres win 10-3. They had a 10-0 lead going into the bottom of the 9th at Shea. 3-2, Pavkovich swings and hits it in the left field, a base hit. 1-out single for Pavkovich. He is aboard. Here comes Felix Nunez. Cubs beat Houston 8-3 prior to the win. Baki the loss. And Bagwell and Beltran homer for Houston. Sammy Sosa and Ramos for Chicago. The Giants shut out the Marlins behind Brett Tomko. 5-0. Ray Durham homered for the Giants. Tomko the win. He's 7-6. Beckett the loss. He is 5-8. Cincinnati shuts out St. Louis 1-0. Aaron Harang, the former Oakland A, gets the win. Here's the pitch now to Nunez, swinging a foul up the first baseline. 0-1 to count. Carpenter the loss for St. Louis. Sean Casey, a solo home run in the bottom of the 6th. That was it in the game. Both clubs got 3 hits in that one. That game must have taken 10 minutes to play. 0-1 to count to Nunez. The Quakes are trailing 3-2, but they have a runner on here in the bottom half of the 5th. Zamora from the stretch, and he throws home. Swinging a slow tapper to a chopper to Garza to third. His throw to second is in time, but it's dropped by Garrett. Safe at second base is Pavkovich, and Nunez is aboard at first. And the throw is where the air is going to be assigned to, and this is Garza. Garza's throw is the right second base bag. It was headed off towards right field. And Garrett, covering the bag at second, had to reach off to his left. Here is Eric Ibar. 1 for 2. 1 away. 3-2. JetHawks, bottom of the 5th. Ibar swings, and he hits it to third. Garza fields this time, goes to second cleanly. Garrett to turn back to first, not in time. And Ibar beats out the back end of it. A fielder's choice that goes 5-4 for the second out of the inning. Going to third is Plavkovich, and out at second base is Nunez. There is Demetrius Heath. The ball game in Cincinnati today, where it was won by the Reds 1-0. It took 2 hours, 5 minutes. Demetrius Heath flied to right. He lined out to first. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Zamora. Curveball for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Runner away from third base as Passage used a potential tying run. Here's the pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. There's the 0-2. Breaking ball outside. He dove out for it and lays off of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Meanwhile, the Quakes still have activity in their bullpen. And that looks like it's Matt Wilhite. 1-2 to count. Here's the pitch to the plate. Heath reaches for it and pokes it to second base. Gillibrand's field just over to Arbrock. Short covering the bag. The inning is over as the force out on Ibar goes 4-6. 1 hit, 1 error, and in the inning for the Quakes. 2 men left on base. We have to do 6 innings. 3-2.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know, Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep playing the flats and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than Original Call Budding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for Original Carl Buddig in 2.5 ounce, 8 ounce, and 1 pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Buddig, a real slice of life.
Coming on the pitch now for the Quakes as we head to the top of the 6th. It's Matt Wilhite. JetHawks 3, Quakes 2. Jason Anatolian with you here tonight from the epicenter in Rancho, Cucamonga. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the JetHawks. 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error for the Quakes. Coming up to the plate now for Lancaster will be Dan Arbrock, followed by John Zerang and Jay Gardway. Matt Wilhite drops down from the side and he deals. The first pitch is swung on and bounced foul back into the seats along the third baseline, and the count is 0-1. Matt Wilhite coming on to pitch for the first time since Saturday. He threw in game 1. And Wilhite got the win. He relieved John Toledo that afternoon. The 0-1, low and away. 1 ball and a strike. Wilhite in that game, 2 1/3 innings. And he did not walk anybody, did not give up any hits. No runs allowed. The 1-1, low and away. 2 balls and a strike to count. Wilhite from the belt. Now he throws the 2-1 on the way. Swung on and pulled foul down the third base line. And it goes down the left field line. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Here is Wilhite, 6-3, a 3.97 ERA. 79 in the third innings. 20 walks, 55 strikeouts. Next pitch swung on, a hot shot wide of third. It almost hit third base coach and tonight's manager for Lancaster, Eric Fox. Down to the count. Next pitch, swinging a chopper in the hole, and it's off of the glove of the leaping or the lunging Ibar, and it's going to be in left field, the base hit. I'm going to hit that ball hard right in the spot where he would want to, just beyond the reach of Ibar. You have to hit it perfectly to get it beyond the reach of a guy like Eric Ibar. A leadoff single here in the top half of the 6th. Now a turn and a throw back to first, and back safely is Ugla. Ugla back safely on a head-first slide. Abruzzo, the first baseman, fielding that ball. There's the pitch from Wilhite, swinging a fly ball center field. Nunez coming in, he's under it, and he makes the catch. And Ugla is back to first. 1 man out, Jay Garthwaite coming up. Garthwaite struck out looking in the first. He struck out swinging in the third. Wilhite from the belt. Now a throw over, and again back safely is Ugla. For Matt Wilhite this season, 116 in the third innings, 135 hits. He's walked 52, struck out 61. Opponents hitting .288 against him. The next pitch is in on the fifth, and Garthwaite skies it to center. Under it is Nunez, and he is there to make the catch for the second out. 2 outs, and back to first base is Ugla. Here is Dan Tosca. Quakes baseball tonight, brought to you by our friends at Romano's Macaroni Grill. A throw back over to first, and again back safely is Ugla. Romano's Macaroni Grill, located right down the street from the ballpark on Foothill Boulevard. A proud sponsor of Quakes baseball this year on the radio. Another throwback to first, and again, Ugla is back. Ugla off the bag at first. Now Wilhite is set, and he throws home. The pitch is blown away. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Swinging a pop-up. Now Derek Ray, third base side. This one's going to be back into the seats. One ball and 1 strike. another throwback over to first, getting in back safely is Ogla. Fans, we want to remind you about the upcoming OC Marathon presented by Pacific Care. The OC Marathon presented by Pacific Care taking place this December. Here's the pitch to Tosca. Swung on and hit down the left field line and back up into the bleachers. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is a week-long sporting event held within a major West Coast consumer market, and the population in excess of 3 million, that's the target of this OC Marathon. And it is highlighted by a free 2-day health and fitness exposition. The marathon weekend finale will close with a beach party after the race at the Newport Dunes Waterfront Resort in Newport Beach. The 1-2 pitch swung on, bounced right to first field. Bruzo, he fields. He'll step on the bag, and that ends the inning. 1 hit for the JetHawks and 1 man left on base. We move now to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lancaster leading Rancho 3-2.
Attention, Hoop Stars. You claim that you've got game? Ever thought about turning pro? The newest pro basketball team in Southern California, the Ontario Warriors of the ABA, will hold a rare open tryout September 3rd and 4th at A.B. Miller High in Fontana. The high-scoring, fast-paced ABA is sweeping the country by storm and expanding at a record rate, and we may just be looking for you. Tryouts are limited, so don't be late. September 3rd from 4 to 9. September 4th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at A.B. Miller in Fontana if you think you have what it takes to be a Warrior.
Please have a hand to come to me because you look so fine and I really want to make you mine. Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fish and tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Solid lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, carpet makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look at your
Grab the other book.
Artists, posters, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, farm mail, wide wheel. Take a look at your
The other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Moving on to the bottom of the 6th inning with the score, JetHawks 3, Quakes 2. The Quakes trying to stay ahead of Lake Elsinore in this playoff race. Here's the pitch to Duncan, and it's taken low and away. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Zamora on the mound right now for the JetHawks. Toledo went 5, and Will High pitched the 6th. Next pitch, Duncan swings and hits a fly ball. Right center field, Nunez, the center fielder, is calling for it, and he makes the catch. And out is Duncan. I said Nunez, Gerald Hall, the center fielder. Troy Glaus. Glaus struck out swinging in the first. He drives the center in the 4th. Zamora winds the throw. Here's the pitch to Glaus. Low and inside. Headed for his back foot. 1 ball and no strikes. Glaus high-stepping out of the way of that last pitch. 1-0 the count. Here it comes. A little bit high. 2 balls and no strikes. Glaus this weekend here at the Epicenter, and Jared Washburn will be pitching on Sunday. Washburn will start Sunday's game. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Now Zamora to the glove, and he throws home. Here's the pitch. It is a strike call. 2 balls, 1 strike to count now to Glaus. Glaus now 1 for 8 in the rehab. The 2-1 swing out to the right field. So right ball back at the track, pushing, turning, it is gone. Troy Glaus hits it out. It's straight away right field. He has tied up the ball game. And for the second time this week, he has hit a home run with some major game significance for the Quakes. It is 3-3. He hit one to left field 2 nights ago, and now one to right, to the right of the scoreboard. So the ball game now tied up at 3. Here's Rancho. He has a couple of RBIs tonight. The pitch is a breaking ball for a strike, and the count is 0-1. The ball is 1 strike. Here's the windup, and the pitch on the way. It's down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1. Napoli takes a strike. 1-2 to count. Always nice to have the help from the farm club in that regard. The 1-2 Napoli seems to hit some high and deep down the right field line, the opposite field, into the corner and foul. It had the distance. The ball seemed to be tailing off at the end as it headed for the right field foul pole to the right of the 3:30 marker. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Warming up down the line in the Lancaster bullpen is Brian Holston. Napoli taking a look at his bat after that ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Tied up at 3, bottom of the 6th. Zamora throws home. The 1-2. Swinging a foul back to the 6th. One ball, 2 strikes to count. The next pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses up high. 2-2 to count now to Napoli. Napoli tonight, he had a solo home run to left center in the second one, but he really got his arms extended on. Next pitch is low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Napoli. The 3-2. Down low. Ball 4, and Napoli walks. So the potential go-ahead run is on base. Here comes Dan Carlson out of the dugout. Now to go ahead and chat with Zamora. In the bottom half of the top half of the 6th inning, we were telling you about the OC Marathon. I want to give you the dates and times of the marathon. The first marathon, or the marathon day, is Sunday, December 5th at 7:30 a.m. Now, the half marathon will start that morning, or the marathon will start that day at 7:30 a.m. The nearest 5K run and walk is on Sunday, December 5th, that same morning at 8:30 a.m. And then at 9:35 a.m., it's the 1.2-mile kids run. The Health and Fitness Expo will take place on Friday, December 3rd from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. and on Saturday, December 4th from 2 a.m. to 6 p.m. The location, the marathon and the half marathon start at Fashion Island in Newport Beach In fact, so did the 5K Kids Marathon and the Mayor's 5K Walk. They all start at the Fashion Island in Newport Beach. The Radisson Hotel in Newport Beach has decided to help an expo. The next pitch to base is swung on, hitting the left center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Brooks comes on to field it, and it's the blooper for Gates, his first hit of the night. First and second now with one man out. Now the Quakes with a potential go-ahead run at second base. Jared Abruzzo applied to center in the second, and he grounded his short in the fifth. 3-3 to score. Here's the pitch to Abruzzo. Swing and a miss. And the count 0-1. A very good Lancaster bullpen. That is what the Quakes are up against. And if these games come down to the bullpens, which it appears that tonight's could be in for a real long one. A good one. The next pitch swung on and missed, 0-2. The Quakes bullpen as of late has been hit for a couple of runs, but has been pretty consistent. 0-2 the count to Abruzzo. A look back at second. Zamora throws. The pitch is down low. Alice to capture blocks it. 1-2. Top of the eighth inning in High Desert. 6-1. Like Delsnor leading the Mavericks. Here it is tied up at 3. Bottom of the sixth. Now a look back at second base. The 1-2 on the way to Abruzzo. Strike 3 call. Two men out. Here comes Adam Paskovich. First strikeout now for Zamora. Zamora just one walk so far. Now Paskovich looking for a 2-out hit. Breaking ball and a beauty for a strike to Paskovich. The count is 0-1. Zamora on the rubber. Looks in from the stretch. Glove down to his side. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch on the way. And a curveball misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. So after tying the ball game up at 3 on the Glaus home run, Paskovich gets the base hit here. Obviously, the Quakes still in front, but they have Zamora back on his heels just a little bit. Next pitch is down low to Paskovich. 3-1. This could be a shot. You don't know in a situation and in a game with an opponent like Lancaster if you're going to get another one. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 men out. They're setting up outside. Here's the pitch. Strike call on the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Alice had his leg set up on the outer half of the plate. 3-2 the count now, and the runners will be off. Two men out. Away from second is Napoli. Gates from first. There you go. The pitch is swung on and chopped foul back towards the Quakes dugout. The count is 3-2. We'll do it all over again. From second is Napoli. Gates from first. Cucamonga throws. The runners go. The pitch is foul territory, first base side. Alice going to be curious if he's going to reach the seat behind the bag. Stays alive. When it comes to scoreboard watching, you always wonder, in terms of the Quakes scoring a run here, it has to deflate even like Elsinore, just a little bit. They're up in their game. They see that the Quakes will come back to tie the JetHawks. The 3-2 runners go. Swung on and missed. Strike three. The inning is over. 1 run on 2 hits, a walk, and 2 men left on base. The Quakes will tie it on the solo home run by Troy Glaus. We head to the 7th inning. It's the JetHawks and the Quakes tied up at 3.
It's good to play together on the diamond, but it's even better to play together on your Xbox. When the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are not on the field, you can usually find them playing Xbox, the official gaming console of the 2004 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, with several new games for the whole family. Online play with Xbox Live and a new low price of $149. What better time than now to visit your local gaming retailer and pick up your very own Xbox. Xbox, now more than ever, it's good to play together.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt and Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Pete's Rally Camp Ale presents Minor League Legends to Rally Around. On September 5th, 1954, Bud Shaney, age 57, tossed a 4-hit shutout for the Asheville Taurus. How did the 57-year-old celebrate? He put the tarp on the field. You see, Bud was also the head groundskeeper. For all you baseball and beer fans who love a great rally, we bring you Pete's Rally Camp Ale, a refreshing summertime brew with a hit of lemon from the makers of Pete's Wicked Ale. Enjoy one at home or at the ballpark. Pete's Brewing Company, San Antonio, Texas.
Well, after 6 innings, we're all tied up at 3. Coming up to the plate here in the top half of the 7th inning for Lancaster will be Llewellyn, Alice, and Garibrandt. We're at the bottom third of the order. Final throw now going to second base. Jason Anapolian with you here tonight. Chuck Ron is our studio coordinator. Tonight, Llewellyn is 9 for 2. Wright gave up just 1 hit in the 6th before retiring the next 3 batters he faced in order. Now play is being held up for an in-between inning. Play is being held up right now for Tremor in between innings to move off the field. So here is Llewellyn. He doubled the right field in the 2nd. And there was the ball hit over Duncan's head. He grounded to short in the 4th. Here's the pitch to the plate. Down low. 1 ball, no strikes. It is 6-1 Lake Elsinore, top of the 8th in Attawanto. That's the last scoring update we have. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Swinging and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Quakes coming into the night with a 1-game lead. The 1-1 swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No activity right now in the Rancho bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Broken bat Pfister, foul and wide of third. Back towards the cameraman. The third base dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Llewellyn will go back to the dugout to get a new bat. Modesto 3, Stockton nothing, top of the 8th. Bakersfield leading by Celia 3-1, top of the 7th. And Inland Empire has the day off, so does San Jose. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. The pitch is low and inside. 2-2 now to Paskovich. We told you before the ball game that Wally Backman, the manager of the Lancaster JetHawks, is currently serving a suspension. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and missed. Rolling away. And Lowellowitz is retired for the first down. Wally Backman, the California League umpire, the other night in a ball game, a very hotly contested ball game at home between Lancaster and San Jose. Backman was ejected and he is out for 10 games. Tonight is game 3 of his suspension. Here's the pitch to Avlis and he takes it down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Avlis with a sacrifice in the second and a ground out to short in the 4th. The next pitch is swung on and hit off to the right and back over his feet. And out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Avlis. Tomorrow night we'll be on the air at 7 o'clock with the pregame. 7:15 first pitch. Here's the pitch to Avlis. Check swing. He hold up and he fielded first. And apparently he did. He didn't really even get a call. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss, and Avlis is out on strike. Saturday night, a reminder, and to let you know of that the start time for Saturday has been pushed back to 7:30 due to some fan appreciation weekend festivities taking place. 2 away for Steve Garibrandt, and the pitch is off the plate, 1-0. Garibrandt walked in the second and singled to right center in the 5th. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Here's Wilhite to the plate, swinging a line drive into right field, a base hit, over the head of Demetrius Heath, the second baseman. Garibrandt is on with a 2-out single, and coming up to the plate now is Doc Brooks. So for the Quakes, their game on Saturday will be pushed back. That is the ball game that Fritz Thompson is scheduled to start. Adam Bass will pitch on Saturday night for Lancaster. 7:30 first pitch. We'll be on the air with the pregame show that night at 7:15. Here's Doc Brooks. He takes a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Brooks singled and scored in the first, wide to left in the second. Next pitch, a turn in the throwback to first. And Garibrandt is back. Brooks also hit into a double play in the 5th. No balls, 1 strike, 2 men out. Here's the pitch home. Swinging a foul back to the screen. 0-2 to count. Lancaster already knows they're in the playoffs. In fact, they'll play either Inland Empire, Rancho, or Lake Elsinore. They'll be able to sit back and position their rotation for the best of 5. Turning the throwback to first, and Garibrandt is back. They'll be able to take 4 days off when the season is over and get their rotation in line for the series. Here's the next pitch to Brooks, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3-3 to score, top of the 7th inning. The Quakes trailed this one 3-0 after the top of the first. The JetHawks have not put a run on the board since. 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called. And the inning is over. So Wilhite strikes out the side here in the 7th. 1 hit and now left on base. Stretch time here at the epicenter. It is 3-3.
There you are, working diligently on your computer, when all of a sudden, there's nothing. All that time and work gone. Yes, computer failure. Most of us have experienced it at least once. Luckily, the pros at PC Fix are there to help. We know computer problems can hurt the efficiency of your business or frustrate you at home, and that's why we take great pride in offering prompt, certified service at a low, flat rate. From repairs and upgrades to internet security, find us in your yellow pages. PC Fix. We fix what they can't.
Vineyard Bank, your hometown bank, is proud to support our hometown team, the Quakes. You could say we've been sending a few shockwaves of our own around the local banking industry with a performance that can only be described as, well, off the scale. We're rolling through the region with a creative force that is changing the whole banking experience. Ingenuity and flexibility are our mantra as we look for innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively to help businesses and families alike. As one of the fastest growing banks in California, we'll continue to shake things up in order to give our customers what they need. We don't measure our success one bank charge at a time like some do. We measure it by how we have contributed to the quality of life for our customers and our community today, and for generations to come. We'll be there the next time Quakes hit a home run, and many more to follow.
New pitcher for the Lancaster JetHawks as the Quakes come to bat here in the bottom half of the seventh inning. It'll be Ryan Holston, a right-hander, 6'4", 210 pounds. And Holston will face Nunez, and then the top of the lineup for the Quakes. The Quakes tied it in the sixth inning, so they're hanging in there in this one. This ball game turned around in the top of the second inning when the Quakes already down 3-0 were on the verge of falling further behind and did not. Toledo worked himself out of the jam. The Quakes will need to win tonight if they want to stay ahead, at least at this point. That's not to say a 5-run lead cannot disappear. And Atalanta, that certainly is the case. Here is Nunez. Nunez is 0 for 2. He struck out looking in the third. So Holston comes into the ballgame for the JetHawks. Here's the pitch to Nunez. He offers at a bunt and bunts through it. 0-1 the count. 3-3 to score. It's turned into a battle in the bullpen. The 0-1 on the way is inside. One ball and one strike to count. The windup and the pitch on the way. It's taken for a strike, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and kept into the glove of Atlas. And Nunez is out on strikes. Well, Austin, 5 on the season with a 5.81 ERA. 74 in the third innings pitch, 37 hits, or 37 walks, 41 strikeouts for Holston. I'll make it 42 with the strikeout there of Nunez. Here's Ibar, 1 for 3. 1 for 3. He runs up and bunts through the ball. Switch hitter batting left-handed and offered at that pitch. The count is 0-1. There's the 0-1 on the way. Ibar swings and hits it foul. Back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. The line tonight on Zamora. 6 innings, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. He gave up 5 hits, walked 1, struck out 3. Here's the 0-2, down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the line on Zamora, 6 innings tonight, 3 runs, 2 earned on 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. 1-2 the count now to Ivar with 1 out. The JetHawks have a right-hander up in their bullpen. That's Mike Watson down the line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to the plate. Ivar swings and twists at the center. Ball is there. He moves over to his left, and he makes the catch for the out. Two men out. Here is Dimitri O'Keefe. Baseball tonight on the radio. Being brought to you by the Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau. Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. A proud sponsor of Quakes Baseball on the radio. Here's Heath and the windup, and the pitch from Holston swung on, popped up behind the plate, and Atlas with his mask off, the catcher on the front edge of the warning track makes the catch. The inning is over. So Holston comes in and retires the Quakes. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. And after 7 tonight in the epicenter, it is 3-3.
You've heard about it, now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRM 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price in a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRM and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395, or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Hi fans, Jason Anaforian here to tell you about Storage Max in Rancho Cucamonga. At the Quakes, we've had no worries storing our items at Storage Max. With the latest technology, Storage Max provides climate-controlled units keeping items from discoloration, fading, or getting dusty. This is especially great for the hot summertime weather in Rancho Cucamonga. Storage Max has units from 5x5s to 15x40s with 24-hour access. Storage Max is a new facility located at 8363 Foothill Boulevard between Vineyard and Grove Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga. Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, have helped us with great customer service. Now let them help you. If you're ready to move or just thinking about moving, give Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, a call. 909-949-3600. Again, that's 909-949-3600. New pitcher here in the top half of the 8th inning. It is Dustin Griffith. Griffith coming on here in the 8th. He relieves now Will Height. 2 innings tonight, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. Griffith comes on here. He'll face George Hall in a tie-ball game. Griffith this season for the Quakes, 2-5, a 3.42 ERA. He spent most of the year here in Rancho. Here's the pitch to Ball. It is taken up high. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Griffith pitched on Sunday at Lake Elsinore, 2/3 of an inning. Next pitch, swinging the bouncer over the second. He comes in, charges, field, throws from the grass across his body in time to get ball. 1 man out here in the top of the 8th. Dan Ugla will be the batter. Griffith pitched 2/3 of an inning on Sunday at Lake Elsinore and gave up a hit. 2 runs, they were earned. He did not walk the batter, struck out 2. That was the inning in which Griffith was one of the pitchers in that inning in which a storm broke it open. It was the 5-run bottom half of the inning. Here's Ugla. The first pitch swinging hits it high and deep to left center, but Gates is there on the warning track and makes the catch. to the right of the 375 marker out in deep left center field. 2 outs. Here's John Zering. Off the bat, I think everybody's hearts just kind of stopped for a second, and then you notice that Gates had a beat on it the whole way. Zering 0 for 3. Struck out twice tonight. And he flied to center in the 6th. Pivot from the stretch. Now he goes to the glove. A high set. Here's the pitch to the plate, and it runs inside. 1 ball and no strikes. 3-3, we're in the top of the 8th. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. One ball and 1 strike. Here's the next pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. 1-2. In the Quakes' bottom half of the 8th, Duncan, Glaus, and then Napoli. Griffith throws the 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. 1, 2, 3. Go to JetHawks here in the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Duncan, Glaus, and Napoli coming up. It is 3-3.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, thunder plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look at your
The other book. When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellowbook's Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellowbook's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellowbook, not the other book. Put your business in Yellowbook. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
The other book.
Your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner. There's nothing better than original Carl Buddig. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Buddig in 2.5 ounce, 8 ounce, and 1 pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Buddig, a real slice of life.
Into the bottom half of the 8th inning. Here comes Carlos Duncan. Holston stays in the ballgame for Lancaster. They're all tied up at 3. And a big bottom of the 8th when you have Duncan and then Glaus and Napoli. All guys that are willing, all guys that are capable of driving the pitch out of the park. It's all the same speed right now. Here's Holston, and he throws the pitch. Duncan swings, stops it right to third. Gartley fields the hop. He throws from the cutout at third across the diamond in time to get Duncan 1 man out. And here is Glaus. Troy Glaus tonight already a home run. The right field in the 6th. And that's tied the ball game up. 1 for 3 on the night. 3-3, bottom of the 8th. Here's Holston. He throws the pitch. Glaus takes a breaking ball for a strike. And the count is 0-1. There's the windup. And the 0-1 on the way. Glaus takes a little bit loose. 1-1 the count. season. Glaus 11 home runs with the Angels. Next pitch, a big swing and a miss. 1-2. Juan Sturzbach is warming up down the line of the bullpen, just in case the Quakes grab the lead. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 man out. Holston throws. The pitch is low and away. 2-2 to Glaus. Olsen winds. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. A high fastball. 93 miles an hour. And it ran up and out of the zone. And Glaus is out on strike. So Olsen wins that battle there. He is retired now. All 5 batters he has faced. Glaus is 1 for 4 tonight with a solo home run. Here's Napoli. He is 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 RBIs. Napoli with a home run of his own. Here's the pitch to the plate. A strike called, and the count is 0-1 to Napoli. Olsen from the windup delivers the 0-1 on the way. Big swing and a miss. 0-2. Napoli pulled off of that pitch. He was swinging for the fences on that one. 0-2 the count, 2 men out. Here's the pitch to the plate. Low and away. 1-2. The 1-2 on the way. Napoli swings and hits it off the mask of Alice and back to the screen. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. More and more as we have moved on into the second half of the season, the Quakes, as a ball club, there's the 1-2 on the way. Down low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Their home runs have had greater significance in the games in which they have been in. For a while there, all the Quakes home runs were seemed like there were a lot of solo home runs, and if they were solo home runs, they were hitting ball games where the Quakes were trailing by a lot or leading by a lot. 2-2 inside. Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. But as time has gone on, the Quakes this year have hit, as the next pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right and out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Time has gone on. The Quakes this year have hit 31 home runs as a team that has given them the lead in the game. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 men out. Here is the pitch to the plate. Down low, ball 4, and Napoli draws the walk. A good at that there for Napoli. Here's David Gates now. And it extends the inning for Gates. It's the second walk tonight by Napoli. Two men out, a runner from first. Here's the pitch to Gates. It's down low, 1-0. Gates, a couple of ground outs to short. He blew the single in the 6th. The outfield playing Gates extremely deep. Brooks is deep in left. Ball shaded just a tad to left center, and he is deep. Zerang straight away and deep in right. The 1-0 on the way. Gates takes a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Not wanting to let anything get by them. Extra bases could mean a run. The 1-1. Up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. The JetHawks now have Justin Wexler up in their bullpen. Here comes Phil Atlas. He's going to come out to the mound and talk with Holston. Holston, the only pitcher so far used out of the bullpen by Lancaster. A hitter's count here to Gates. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. Gates swings and hits a high pop fly. In the center, ball coming back from playing deep, charging in right center. He is under it now to make the catch, and that ends the inning. So we head to the 9th inning tonight in a tie ball game. 1 walk and a man left on base for the Quakes, and after 8, it is 3-3.
Attention, Hoop Stars. You claim that you've got game? Ever thought about turning pro? The newest pro basketball team in Southern California, the Ontario Warriors of the ABA, will hold a rare open tryout September 3rd and 4th at A.B. Miller High in Fontana. The high-scoring, fast-paced ABA is sweeping the country by storm and expanding at a record rate, and we may just be looking for you. Tryouts are limited, so don't be late. September 3rd from 4 to 9. September 4th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at A.B. Miller in Fontana. Do you think you have what it takes to be a Warrior?
Please tell me how to company because you look so fine and I really want to make you mine.
This is the WB Presents Pepsi Smash. I'm your host, Nick Zano. After scoring a #1 hit with Last Train Home, here's Lost Profits Live with their new single, Wake Up, Make a Move. Wake Up, Make a Move live from Pepsi Smash. Catch all the hottest live performances every Thursday starting May 27th when the WB presents Pepsi Smash.
Limp Bizkit, Lenny Kravitz, Hoobastank, Aerosmith. Beginning Thursday, May 27th, the WB presents Pepsi Smash, bringing you the biggest acts every Thursday, 8/7 Central on the WB.
Tied up at 3 as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Jason Anapolian with you tonight from the Epicenter. Our studio coordinator tonight is Jeff Braun. Final throw going down to second base. Dustin Gibbett, who pitched a 1-2-3-8. He's in the ballgame here in the 9th to face Jay Gardwaite. Gardwaite tonight is 0 for 3. Lake Elsinore leads High Desert 9-4. Top of the 9th inning tonight in Adelanto with the Storm batting. Here's Griffith to the plate, and the pitch is down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Garthwaite struck out looking in the first, swinging in the third, fly to center in the 6th. The pitch on the way is a called strike. 1-1 to count. Both Wilhite and Griffith have been outstanding so far tonight. The Quakes bullpen since August 10th, an ERA of 2.82. Next pitch swung on and missed. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Adding 3 more scoreless innings at this point to their total. The bullpen has really stepped it up in this last couple of weeks. Next pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. The 2-2 on the way, swinging a long drive, left center field and deep. Nunez going back, turning and looking, and that ball is gone. A solo home run for Jay Garthwaite to lead off the top of the 9th inning, and the Lancaster JetHawks have jumped in front 4-3. 7th home run for Garthwaite, his 36th RBI of the year. And now the Quakes in the bottom of the ninth will have to play from behind. Here's Dan Tosca. The pitch is down low, 1-0. Well, if you're Griffith, you got to forget about that. You can always get a run back in the ninth. Make sure the inning doesn't go any further. Next pitch swung on, hit the left center field, pretty good ride. Gates though in the gap. He is there to make the catch in front of the warning track, right in front of the 375 marker. One man out. I would say the epicenter, it's a fair part. That ball was hit a ton out to left center field, but it is a big outfield and still one where a pitcher can let a guy hit it to the alleys. It's one that is going to play fair. Here's Sean Wolowitz. He swings and fouls it back to the screen, and the count is 0-1. Wolowitz doubled to right in the second. He grounded to short in the fourth. Struck out swinging in the 7th inning. Now time is called. There's a ball that is skipped away down the right field line in the bullpen with Lancaster. Warming up down the line in the pen is Justin Wexler. 0-1 the count now. And Griffith throws the pitch to Wolowitz, swinging a bouncer, foul, wide of third. 0-2 the count. The Quakes will send up Abruzzo, Paskovich, and Nunez in the bottom of the ninth. The bottom third of the order. And more than likely they're going to see the hard-throwing Justin Wexler. 0-2 the count, one man out. Now Griffith throws. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball backhanded by Ivar Short. He knocks it down from the grass. He picks it up. He's going to have no play. So a base hit for Sean Wolowitz. Anytime a guy hits a ground ball in the hole and it's ruled a base hit with Ivar the shortstop, you've earned it. You have definitely earned it. So one out, and the runner at first, here's Apples. And a turn and a throw back to first. That's a little bit wide, and Abruzzo makes the grab. 4-3 JetHawks here in the top half of the ninth. A 3-run home run by Agua in the first. Next pitch is swung on and kept into the glove of Napoli. 0-1 the count. A 3-run home run by Agua in the first for the JetHawks. The Quakes chip and chip away during the course of the night, and then a solo home run by Garthwaite in the ninth. Next pitch is down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Griffith throws. The 1-1 on the way. Swinging a fly ball into center field. Nunez coming on in the gap in right center. He will make the catch. Getting back to first base is Wolowitz. 2 men out. In the later innings, when the outfielders play deep, they have quite a bit of room in front of them to cover. Here's Steve Garabrand, the 9th place hitter tonight. He is 2 for 2 with a walk. JetHawks 4, Quakes 3. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. You know, it's only going to take one guy to get on to at least bring the go-ahead run at this point up to the plate in the bottom of the ninth. The 1-1 pitch, swinging a high fly ball, left center field in the alleyway. Nunez chasing. It skates, and it skates the left fielder in the gap to make the catch, and the inning is over. So 3 fly balls here in the 9th inning are recorded for outs, but there was 1 big fly ball in the inning, and that was the leadoff home run by Jay Garthwaite to give the JetHawks the lead. And now we head to the bottom half of the ninth. Abruzzo, Pastovich, and Nunez coming up. 4-3, JetHawks.
You love baseball. The towering home runs, great pitching performances. Baseball's terrific, but so are movies. And AMC Theaters is in a league of their own, with the best films, best food, and best fun. At AMC, we never take a day off. You can catch all the Hollywood hits at AMC 365 days and nights a year. We'll let you get back to the baseball game. But when you're ready for that other passion of yours, you know where to find us. AMC Theaters. The difference. Next time a player gets thrown out of the game, he probably won't stick around the ballpark. Why should he? When he can catch a movie at AMC Theaters, where all the latest Hollywood hits come out to play, 365 days and nights a year. Stop by, but before you settle down, go to a concession stand for a hot dog, soft drink, and some freshly popped popcorn. For the best films, best food, best fun, and award-winning guest services, AMC Theaters is in a league of their own. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than Original Call Buddy. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for Original Carl Buddig in 2.5 ounce, 8 ounce, and 1 pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Buddig, a real slice of life.
Well, the folks are going to have to come back off of the bench for Lancaster, and that is closer Justin Wexler. His 15 saves, as Justin Wexler has a record of 4-1, a 2.66 ERA, 74 in the third innings pitched. Opponents hitting just 226 against him. 74 in the third innings pitched, 60 hits, 23 walks, 92 strikeouts for Wexler. And he's facing the bottom third of the order. Rizzo and Pastovich especially, they're guys that can catch up to a fastball. There's no doubt about it. Wexler, a pitcher that is certainly overpowering, as Jared Abruzzo will lead it off. The key is, does he throw a changeup? How does he mix his speeds? Here's the pitch. A little bit high, and the count is 1-0 to Abruzzo. It is 4-3 Lancaster, bottom of the ninth. Good news for the Quakes in that inning, that it did not get out of hand after the leadoff home run, and only down by 1. The pitch to Abruzzo in there for a strike with a breaking ball, 1-1 to count. Here's the windup, and the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a tapper over to second. Backhanded by Garabrandt. A throw over to first in time to get Abruzzo. A nice play there by the second baseman. 1 man out. So this game comes down to just a couple swings of the bat. Quakes with a couple of home runs of their own tonight. Hawks with a couple of their own. The only difference so far in this one is the JetHawks had men on in the first when Dan Ugla hit his. Here's Pastovich and the pitch to the plate, and it is up high. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Wexler lines. Here's the 1-0 to Pastovich. Down low. And Pastovich holds up on the check swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a pop-up on the infield, right behind the bag at second base. It's Ugla, the shortstop there, tricking over to the second base side. He makes the catch. 2 men out. Here is Felix Nunez. Nunez, it looks like he's going to be pulled back, and it's Ryan Buddy. Ryan Buddy's going to come on and pinch hit for Nunez. Buddy pinch hit the other night in the ball game. Buddy over 2 as a pinch hitter. The Quakes 2 for 23 as a club pinch hitting this year. No pinch hit home runs for the Quakes. Here's the pitch to the plate to Buddy, taken outside, 1-0. Buddy hitting .255, 13 home runs though on the year, 48 RBIs. Has some pop. 1-0 the count. Here it comes. Down low from Westbrook. 2 balls and no strikes. JetHawks 4, Quakes 3. They're in the bottom half of the 9th inning. And the pitch to the plate, low and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Well, they kept scoring runs in High Desert tonight. The Mavericks scoring 7 runs in the final 3 innings, but they fall short. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. Lake Elsinore matched them. Each ball club scored 7 runs in the final 3 innings, 14 runs combined, and it was Lake Elsinore defeating High Desert tonight 12-7. So the Quakes need to win to avoid falling into a tie. Breaking ball for a strike to Buddy, and the count is 3-2. After the night, 10 games left. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Here's the pitch to the plate, swung on, and missed strike 3. The ball game is over, and we will head into the final 10 games of the 2004 season in a flat-foot tie. As the Lake Elsinore Storm win their ball game tonight, the Quakes lose theirs 4-3 at home to the Lancaster JetHawks. Game 1 of this 4-game series goes to the JetHawks, and so the Quakes will turn to tomorrow night. They will go into the ball game tomorrow night, tied up with Lake Elsinore, looking to turn things around and perhaps take advantage of the final 3 home games. That Lake Elsinore will head home tonight, and they will take on High Desert starting tomorrow for 3 at home. And so these ball clubs will head into the final 10 games. Both have 3 at home. Both have 7 on the road. And it is about as even as you can get at this point in the season. But for the Quakes, tomorrow they'll send Dominic Woody to the mound. They'll look to rebound. And this was just a matter of who had guys on base when they hit the home runs tonight. So the JetHawks win it 4-3. We'll take a break and come back and get you the totals of this one right after this.
You've heard about it, and now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRM 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price in a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRM and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395, or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep playing the slots and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Well, tonight the Quakes lose this one to the Lancaster JetHawks. Let's run down the totals of this one for you. 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Lancaster JetHawks. Again, 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for Lancaster to win it. The Quakes, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. The JetHawks stranded 5 on base tonight. The Quakes stranded 6. The winning pitcher is Ryan Holston in relief. He is now 6-5 on the season. The loss goes to Dustin Griffith. He is now 2-6 on the year. Justin Wexler pitched his 16th save of the season tonight for the JetHawks. 12 runs in the ballgame. Dan Ugla came up and came through for the Lancaster JetHawks tonight. Dan Ugla hit his 6th home run of the season, and in the 9th inning it was Jake Garthwaite hitting his 11th home run of the year for Lancaster. Troy Glaus hit his 2nd home run of the year, or his 2nd home run since joining the Quakes on the rehab in now 3 games. And Michael Napoli, he connected as well for a solo shot, as so was Glaus, as it was a solo shot. Napoli with 28 home runs now, 112 RBIs on the year after the night. Time of the ball game, 2 hours, 37 minutes in front of a crowd of 5,297. We had a real nice crowd on hand tonight for the final Thursday home game of the regular season, and 5,297 enjoyed it. And remember, there are tickets still available for this weekend's contest, but you'll want to get them early. The ticket office opens up tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and it will be open from 10 o'clock to the 7th inning of the game tomorrow. Get your tickets for this weekend. Remember, Jared Washburn, they will start Fan Appreciation Night against the JetHawks on Sunday. Now for my studio coordinator tonight, Chef Ron. This is Jason Anaforian. Special thanks again to J.D. Elmquist for joining us as well on tonight's broadcast as the Quakes drop this one tonight to the Lancaster JetHawks 4-3. Stay tuned. The post-game show to follow.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball has been brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Pepsi, Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, McDonald's, Galliano Winery, California Department of Conservation, Red Roof Inn, Fast Brain, Summit California Housing, and by Yellow Book USA. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next.
Pete's Rally Cap Ale presents Minor League Legends to Rally Around. Roswell slugger Joe Bauman ended the 1954 season batting .400 with 72 homers in what is considered the best single season ever. Not bad for a guy who was pumping gas the year before. For all you baseball and beer fans who love a great rally, we bring you Pete's Rally Cap Ale, a refreshing summertime brew with a hit of lemon from the makers of Pete's Wicked Ale. Enjoy one at home or at the ballpark. Pete's Brewing Company, San Antonio, Texas.
Welcome to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. This is Quakes baseball.
Now the Quakes dropped this one 4-3 tonight to the JetHawks. We'll recap that one in just a moment. A look to the out-of-town scoreboard, though. Most importantly, what went on in High Desert tonight, and it was the Lake Elsinore Storm over the High Desert Mavericks 12-7 take. How about this? Let's run down the list of home runs in this ball game. Lake Elsinore hit the ball out. Luis Cruz, his 8th. Paul McAnulty, his 23rd. Josh Carter, his 1st, and Miller, his 3rd for Lake Elsinore. For the High Desert Mavericks, Enrique Cruz, his 17th. Jeff Ure, his 8th. Mario Mendez, his 15th. And Troy Farnsworth, his 11th. 8 home runs in that ball game tonight. Kevin Beavers the win, Stetter the loss, as the Storm beat the Mavericks 12-7. There is a final in Stockton. 4-0. Modesto shuts out the Stockton Ports tonight. Over at the Billy Hubert Field, and Bakersfield up north over Visalia, 4-2. Hamill the win, Asahina the loss. Flynn his 7th save, and Dukes and Lincoln homer for Bakersfield. No home runs for the Oaks. Briefly, a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in the California League, we already gone over into the California League, but a brief look at the out-of-town scoreboard in Major League Baseball, where the Anaheim Angels had their day off today. The Angels will resume action tomorrow, but the Angels did not get any help from any of their other opponents of their playoff rivals. Let's see, Oakland at home, 9-4 winners. It was Boston 4, Detroit 1 at home, and Texas at home over Minnesota 8-3. Elsewhere, still playing there in the top of the ninth, Kansas City leading Seattle 7-2. I don't think too many people are waiting up to know what the final score of that one is. The Yankees over Toronto 7-4, and the White Sox beat the Indians 14-9. Now in the National League, the Dodgers were 10-3 winners over Montreal. It was San Diego 10, the Mets 3. The Giants beat the Marlins 5-0. It was Chicago 8, Houston 3. Cincinnati shuts out St. Louis at home 1-0, and Atlanta over Colorado 6-4. Now to the ball game at hand here tonight at the Epicenter, where the Quakes met up with the Lancaster JetHawks, and the JetHawks jumped on the board in the first inning for Sean Toledo. Leadoff hit by Doc Brooks in the first. Jared Ball then reached base on an error by Demetrius Heath at second base. That put Brooks over at second. So with runners at first and second and nobody out, Dan Udlow stepped up to the plate, and he hit a 3-run home run to left field to give the JetHawks a 3-0 lead. Now Toledo came back, settled down in the first, retired the side, the rest of the next three hitters in order. Quakes did not score in the bottom of the first. In the top of the second, Toledo right back in trouble. He had first and third with 1 out and pitched out of it. He got a big pickoff of Steve Garibrandt at first base, and then Doc Brooks flied out to left field, ending the second inning. That was key, because it seemed like the JetHawks were on verge of adding to their already 3-0 lead. So the Quakes come back with a run of their own in the bottom of the inning. That was courtesy of Michael Napoli, a solo home run to left field. And then in the fourth, with the Quakes down 3-1, they manufactured a run. They took advantage of a leadoff error by Agla, the shortstop, not normally the shortstop for Lancaster. And with a runner at third base and 1 out in the inning, Michael Napoli followed up with an RBI ground out to third. Napoli was 1 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 RBIs on the night. Then in the sixth, Troy Glaus stepped up to the plate and he homered to right. That made it a 3-3 ball game. The Quakes had tied it off of the starter, Peter Zamora, who went 6 innings tonight, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 5 hits, walked to that and struck out 4. Toledo was 5 innings tonight, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, walked 2, struck out 5, almost identical lines, or similar lines. It turned over into the battle of the bullpens, and then in the 9th inning, leading off against Dustin Griffith, Jay Garthwaite connected for a home run that proved to be the game difference. A solo shot to left center field to give the JetHawks a 4-3 lead in this one tonight. The JetHawks then put another runner on in the inning, but he did not score. And the Quakes went quietly in the ninth, 1-2-3 against Justin Wexler as he saved his 16th game of the season. So the JetHawks win it tonight, 4-3 over the Quakes. And with the Lake Elsinore win, as we had mentioned, we are tied up with 10 games left. The Quakes and the Storm, the final 10 games of the season. From here on out, the Quakes have 3 home games and 7 road games. The Storm, 3 home games, 7 road games. And for the Storm, they will have 3 home games against High Desert. Both teams play on the same day as each other from here on out. So that is pretty standard and straightforward now with the schedule. There's no half game or anything in between on that one tonight. So that is it from here. The Quakes dropped this one 4-3. Our next broadcast comes your way tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with the pregame show. We will have the first pitch for you at 7:15. Sam Smith starts for the JetHawks. Dominic Woody on the mound for the Quakes. A couple of right-handers tomorrow night here at the Epicenter. Now for my studio coordinator, Chet Ron, this is Jason Anapoyan, thanking you for tuning into the broadcast tonight and inviting you back tomorrow night for Quakes baseball right here on the radio. Again, the final score from the epicenter in Rancho, Cucamonga, it was the Lancaster JetHawks 4, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes 3, the Storm and the Quakes tied up in the California League playoff race. Good night from the epicenter in Rancho, Cucamonga.
You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball.